And, folks, we can't even get this modified race going because this Victory Lane celebration is absolute insanity. But Zach Orr, your winner, kind of standing by his lonesome by the number 55 right now, getting interviewed by local news. But the scene was really hot down by Chase Robertson's car. And there are the modifieds. This is a great tradition at Bowman Gray Stadium. For the first race of the season and the last race of the season, the cars are pushed out by the crews onto the front straightaway for the lineup of this great season finale. The AG South Farm Credit 150. The drivers walk out alongside their cars. It's a tradition like the Kentucky Derby. You know, how you see the horses paraded out in front of the grandstand. This is something that Bowman Gray fans truly appreciate. It's not just a bunch of cars driving out there and getting in their starting spots. The crews get the pride of pushing their machines out onto the battlefield and the gladiators walking alongside of them. You see Burt Myers, number 1 there with the famed orange bumper. The Backyard Leisure Citrasafe, number 1. Right behind them, a winner a few weeks ago, the number 57, the North American Construction Machine of Danny Bone. Now, I mind you, 26 years, the last 26 years here, there has only been 4 different drivers to win a NASCAR Modified Championship here. One of them, Danny Bone. The other, not in this field, Junior Miller. Then that number 1 of Burt Myers, and of course, your 12-time champion, Tim Brown. Can you believe that? In 26 years, only 4 different drivers have won this championship, proving how hard it is. And you see that number 16, Chris Fleming. He's the underdog tonight. He is 21 points back. He'd like to be one to break that.
Yeah, we talk a lot about being feature winners, but to be a champion takes another level of commitment and hard work and consistency from a driver, a team, crew members, and finances. And as we say that, we're going to look at the point standings in the modified division. Tim Brown leading the way at 619 points. Brandon Ward only 7 points back. Chris Fleming only 21 points back. Lee Jeffries 42 and Burt Myers 48. That's your top 5 in points. We can really see a shakeup here, as we talked about in the sportsman's division. Depending on where someone finishes and it being a double points night, it's really all up in the air.
Yes, it is. And there is Tim Brown, your 12-time champion, walking out with his crew, with his family. His wife is up here in a suite. Megan, Marley, Cameron. Oh, Cam, he's a good one. And there's the Speeny cars rolling out onto the track. The number 10 machine of Dan Speeny. Junior Snow, you see him 6th in points. What an incredible season for the sophomore driver of the number 51. Getting a win this year again. And sitting in 6th in points. Mathematically, could still get this title, but very unlikely. I think this is a 3-horse race. But being that Tim Brown qualified 7th and they start straight up, anything can happen.
Yeah, we have 150 laps in this feature event, so there's plenty of time for Tim Brown to make his way up to the front of this field. And honestly, he is the king of this place, having the most championships. He knows strategy. He knows how to save his equipment. He knows when the time is right, when to execute, when not. He typically is able to stay out of trouble as well. He is one to watch out for as we look through this field and those who are eligible for this championship. We're looking at him right there. There he is, Tim Brown, in that orange and blue fire suit that Jerry Hunt Supercenters. He's a people man. He's always waving to the crowd. You'll see him talking to the kids. Gonna get a little pre-race handshake right here from Danny Bone.
Right now, he's looking at one thing. He's got to start in 7th position, and he's trying to make history tonight to become the 13th person to win a title. Go back to that shot, please. Go back. He was just about to shake hands. There he is. Well, with his combatant, Brandon Ward, driver of the 104. Just shaking hands before the race. Great sportsmanship there by the two drivers in this title fight. Tim Brown should be comfortable getting into his Hayes Jewelers number 83 because he's the winner of this race, this 150 season finale. 5 times he has won this race. There is Chris Fleming's number 16, the underdog, trying to do the impossible tonight. Burt Myers, 3 wins in a modified 150. And Brandon Ward has won the last 3 out of the 6 150s. So Brandon Ward in the 104 has a shot tonight. These 3 drivers, they don't know how they're going to get there, but after 150 laps, the bottom line is we'll have a champion.
A little bit.
What we have right now?
Oh, right now we have 2 buckets of Little Donuts.
Little Donuts, baby.
We've got a cinnamon
Y'all
sugar
love us talking about Little Donuts.
and a powdered sugar, which we've left that to Matt Strickard to handle on his own.
Well, yeah, the number 51 out here, Junior Snow, he's got Little Donuts on the car. So if we show his car, possibly, I can make the Little Donuts segue. You know, the black car, he's on the front stretch into turn number 1. But, you know, Little Donuts, you guys all tease us that we talk too much about dang donuts. But this place right here, Bowman Gray Stadium, is a carnival-esque atmosphere. And Little Donuts is owned by somebody that's part of the racing fraternity here, Zach Taylor. And they sponsor so many race cars, including Junior Snow's car out here, Zach Staley, Blaine Curry, and Chuck Wall in the stadium stock. So I'm going to talk about them. They feed our crew up here. There's a Little Donuts car, the number 51 of the Snowman, one of the best nicknames in the modified division. That is an awesome body on that race car. And Junior Snow, the former college baseball player. Oh, there's the Little Donuts branding. Units Mobile Storage on board as well. You see the Tim Dwiggins sticker, the number 17 right there. We lost that modified great just the other week. Emma's Army on the side of that. Everybody's heard of that story. And if you haven't, a little girl that touched all of our hearts in her battle with cancer. But, yeah, this is a great modified field. And I'll tell you what, there's some great personalities and great race car drivers in this field. And you saw that firsthand today. You and I were part of a meetup with fans out here on the back straightaway before the gates even opened here. And it was amazing because I didn't invite a single race car driver. About 20 of them showed up. That's how much these drivers care about the fans.
They definitely do. And the fans are also super welcoming and very appreciative of any time that the drivers give to them. It's just it's a warm family feeling whenever you can get everybody together. It's very laid back. There was some picnic tables back there, and everybody's just kind of hanging out. And you were handing out some merch and some koozies and some things like that. So it's a very easy-going atmosphere, and it was cool to see all the drivers show up and just hang out. I even had a few fans that were like, hey, I never see them in their regular clothes. Like, I can walk up to them, right? I'm like, yeah, just go say hi. But they really enjoyed that.
What I love about it,
that
too,
was
is
a lot
there
of
was
fun.
a lady that I heard that had PTSD and, you know, just had some anxiety. And she normally doesn't go to the pit area here after the races because, you know, you and I, we've been down there. The pit area is open for the fans afterwards. And so many fans go down there. They meet their drivers. They get autographs. They get a T-shirt. They buy a T-shirt. But this person admitted today she had some PTSD and some anxiety. And today she had an opportunity to meet some of the race car drivers she always watches here at Bowman Gray Stadium. That was kind of cool. So a big round of applause, big thumbs up to the drivers of Bowman Gray Stadium, how much they care for the fans here at this NASCAR track. 17,000 fans, we talk about it all the time, but there is a very sincere and intimate relationship with the race fans to the drivers and the drivers to the race fans here at the Madhouse.
There's definitely a lot of community involvement, too, from the businesses that come on board with sponsoring this place to those that work here at the track that have been coming here since they were children and working here with their family. And they've continued to take on other roles within this facility. Justin Mincy, right beside me, we talked about him earlier. He's been coming here practically his whole entire life and still continuing to do so, which we love having you here. But I think that that's why we talk about how welcoming it is because of the community involvement here in this place. So as we say that, the rumble of the modifieds, they've got them completely ground, pound, and shaken the earth here in Winston-Salem.
Yes. Gentlemen, start your engines just happened while we're sitting here eating donuts and enjoying ourselves here.
Yes, they did. And we got the cinnamon sugar going right here. Earlier we talked about the youngest NASCAR champion. We did do a stat check on that. Thank you, Matt Strickard. The youngest NASCAR champion was, in fact, Jesse Love at 15 years old in the ARCA West Series. I don't know why I knew that off the top of my head, but I knew it was Jesse.
Love it.
15 years old, taking home a NASCAR championship. So Chase Robertson didn't take home the youngest tonight here, but still such an accomplishment at just 19 years old to take home a track championship.
All right, 150 laps to the modifieds. Let's give you the starting lineup for tonight's AG South Farm Credit 150. Starting on the pole in the Dan Sandwiches, Brad's Golf Cars, Wahlberg Pizza and Grill, number 75, it's Lee Jeffries. To the outside, a 90-time winner at Bowman Gray Stadium. They call this driver the Ace. He pilots a number 1, sponsored by Backyard Leisures and Citrus Safe. It's Burt Myers.
Second row inside from Walnut Cove, North Carolina. He has 4 wins in 2023 and looking for a 5th. You're going to find the number 4 of Jason Myers. And to his outside from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. He's a veteran here, the number 69, John Holloman, the 4th.
Starting 5th tonight, one of your points championship contenders. Driving the Guarantee Auto Group, number 16 from Mount Airy, North Carolina. It's the showstopper, Chris Fleming. And to the outside in the North American Construction, number 57, a New Jersey guy by way of Mooresville, North Carolina. It's Danny Bone.
Starting in 4th row inside, he's your points leader, 12-time Bowman Gray champion, looking for his 13th championship tonight. From Tobaccoville, North Carolina, you'll find the number 83 of Tim Brown. And to that outside from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, you'll find the 04 of Brandon Ward.
1, 2, and points on the same row. Oh boy. Starting 9th, the number 44 iHeartRadio machine of Daniel Beeson. And to his outside, a winner last week from Huffdown, North Carolina, the Greg Butcher Trucking, number 5. It's the veteran, Randy Butner.
Starting in the 11th position, the number 68. It's not Dave Matthews' band, but it is, in fact, Dave Matthews. And that outside in 12th position from King, North Carolina, the number 10 of Dan Speeney.
Starting 13th is his brother, also from Tobaccoville, North Carolina, by way of Pennsylvania. The shooting targets, number 37, it's Mike Speeney. To the outside, the King, North Carolina sophomore sensation in the unit's mobile storage, number 51, it's Junior Snow.
Starting the 15th position from North Carolina, he's back and ready to attack. It's the number 79 of James Savali. And then outside from Monroe, North Carolina, you'll find the number 3 of Danny Probst.
The Flying Taco starts 16th, 17th position. Running the full race tonight is this driver, the greatest personality, one of my favorite people in the pit area, Susan Harwell in the Phoenix Packaging, number 77. Great to see her start a race tonight and finish it. Driving the number 39, starting 18th position tonight, the T-Time Sports and Spirits machine of Gerald Robinson.
Starting in 19th position, he's a rookie and another Myers. The number 6, it's Slate Myers. And then outside from Mount Airy, North Carolina, it's the number 99 of William Smith.
21st tonight, Kyle Southern in the Tobacco Ridge machine. Starting 22nd, Brandon Butner. Starting 23rd from Louisville, it's Lee Stimpson. Ethan Stoltz in the backup Tim Brown machine starts 24th. Eddie Collins starts 25th. And bringing up the rear of the field, the Flying Beret, Corey LeVay. All right, let's give you some info about the scenarios tonight for this race. Tim Brown, he has to finish second or better, no matter what, to win his 13th Bowman Gray Stadium Track Championship. Brandon Ward, 7 points behind in this championship war, has to finish 2 spots ahead of Brown to win his first ever points championship. There he is the Hayes Jewelers, Units Mobile Storage, Jerry Hunt Supercenter, Podiums, Hot Dogs number 83, your 12-time Bowman Gray Stadium track champion. There is Lee Jeffries, pole sitter today for this AG South Farm Credit 150. One to go. The next time by, says the track workers. This is the 35th season of the Modified 150. Race started in 1988 after increasing the laps from 100 to 150. Love the 150. 199, 150, the Hayes Jewelers 200. Great traditions is what this place is all about. And speaking of great traditions, 17,000 fans strong here to watch 26 ground pounders take the green on the front row, veterans of the Madhouse. But tonight, 3 drivers will contend for the title. These are the drivers that live by the grace of God and 600 horsepower coming off of this north turn. Green flag is out for the finale for the Modifieds. Burt Myers hanging tough in your front row. There is still side by side. Great racing now. Myers gets to the bottom. We have a slow car in turn 3, and Mike Speeney has brought out your first caution call, 1 at 811 before you dig yellow flag. .37 looks like he broke. Speeney returning. Looks like they're going to be back full-time next year, both Speeney brothers. I am hearing that they might be kind of teammates with Jeremy Gerstner, who will return allegedly to full-time competition here, the Flying Floridian, in 2024. That'll be great to see a full-time return of that talented race car driver from Florida.
Well, the last time I spoke to Jeremy Gerstner, he was building his own shop and house facility here in North Carolina. So moving from Florida to here, and I would assume with that the construction is going great. So that would mean a great way for the Speeney brothers to plug into his facility and what he's got going on. So we would love to see him back here.
Yeah, I was up at the shop the other day, last week. And
it's done.
They've got they've got the beams up. They don't have the walls up yet. The concrete is poured. Great to see, because I mean he told me the other week it cost him $950 in gasoline alone to get the trailer up and back to Florida. So this is going to be a great thing for that young family. His kid Megan and JT, traveling so much in the motorhome that they have back and forth to races. And now they get to be North Carolinians. It seems like next year should be the time for that. But look at that raucous crowd here at Bowman Gray Stadium. One of the most beautiful sights in all of short track racing. Cone is out. Cone is out. Lee Jeffries to the inside. To the outside goes Burt Myers. Inside, Jason Myers. John Holloman, the fourth, goes to the top. Brandon Ward puts it to the top as well in the Q104.1 machine. Not wanting to waste a single spot is Brandon Ward, who has to finish 2 positions in front of the number 83 to get the track championship. Only 4 laps on the board on the Colby's Roofing and Gutters restart lineup board. And the ground pounders once again will awaken Winston-Salem. Jeffries, Burt Myers, your front row. Green flag is back out as they dance into the south turn, side by side. Flame shooting from the right front brakes of the number 75. A little piece of rubber probably stuck in there. Burt Myers from the top gets the lead. Strong power move by the ace.
Yeah, that brake issue could really cause problems for Lee Jeffrey there. Not sure.
A spin in the back of the field. The number 16 is involved. Your third place points man narrowly escaping disaster.
Lots of cars involved back here. Daniel Beeson involved. It also looks like the number 5 of Randy Butner involved.
Robinson.
Yep.
I'll tell you what, though, Chris Fleming was the headline of that wreck. Chris Fleming in the number 16 on the front stretch. I'm looking to see if he has any damage, but the 16 was involved. He's your third place points man, 21 points back. He needs to, finish in front of those other guys, and right now he is not having the race that he needs. But remember, 150 laps, there is the number 16 Guarantee Automotive Group. Jerry Hunt Supercenter, number 16. Fleming Family Racing. This family has been racing here for years. Frank Fleming, Chris Fleming, Luke Fleming, Jordan Fleming. One of the great racing families in the history of Bowman Gray Stadium, so it sure would be nice to see them. It's great to see them battling for this track championship.
Putting down a little bit of kitty litter in turn 2 right there from
Is Bert?
some fluid.
Did you get Bert to put down the kitty litter?
Well, he could do it for us,
He's
but
good at it.
I don't know if it was efficient on the track surface.
Well, the funny thing is, okay, we can joke about this now maybe, but I know Chris Fleming's in the midst of this title fight. But the week after the kitty litter incident where Bert Myers, if you didn't see it on Flow Racing, threw the bucket of Speedy Dry angrily at the machine right there, you see on the screen the number 16. Well, the next week I saw Chris Fleming, and it was like 95 degrees here, and I saw him, and I'm like, my gosh, it worked. And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, you haven't broken a sweat. Everybody's sweating out here. That's Speedy Dry work. You're bone dry.
Oh, gosh.
And he's like, dang it. Caution
Did he
laps
laugh or was
down.
he mad?
Oh, no, he chuckled. He chuckled. Chris is a good egg. Chris is a guy that a lot of people behind the scenes love because he's one of those guys that'll call you up. He'll tell it like it is. You may not agree with it, but Chris is an honest dude, and he'll call you up, and he's got a good heart. So there is Bert Myers, the guy that threw that Speedy Dry after that incident, the famed orange bumper. Now your leader. Bert Myers had a pretty good season going as the points leader, and then everything unraveled for the driver of that number 1 machine, and it unraveled fast. And now he is sitting back in the 5th position in points. He just wants wins. He said it all year long. I'm not out here to race for the championship. I'm out here for race wins, and right now he is in the seat to do so. But remember, there's a history between he and the number 75. Earlier this season, he tapped or slammed the back bumper of the number 75, moving him out of contention for the win. And then when Bert Myers was going for 12 grand in the bonus in the fans challenge, Lee Jeffries returned the favor, turning the number 1. So a little history there as they do the choose cone. Lee Jeffries goes to the outside, the bold move by him. Also to the outside, John Holloman the 4th, and Tim Brown. Tim Brown leapfrogs past Brandon Ward. He puts it to the top. Could that be your championship move?
Brandon Ward stayed to the inside there. He's going to line up second row inside. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Jason Myers.
Brandon Ward lining up 4th on the inside row. Green flag is back out. Myers and Jeffries side by side into the south turn. Jeffries trying to hang on the hard way on the top. Bert Myers giving it all he has on the bottom.
Lee Jeffries had quite a bit of grip there on the outside, which is surprising. He's going to slip down, though, into the second place position right behind the one of Bert Myers. Continuing to see those sparks, though, it definitely has to affect the handling. Meanwhile, we got a battle further back in the field. Oh, shot from behind, John Holloman to Brandon Ward.
Yes, there was a little bit of contact that turned before that. John Holloman not happy with the 104. He had contact with his teammate, Jonathan Beeson, the other week. Daniel Beeson the other week. And now he's giving it back to the New Day Motorsports teammate. Holloman gets into Ward, gets by him. Here comes Ward. A little bit of brake lock in the turn. Oh, the gloves are off at Bowman Gray Stadium.
The gloves are off already, only 15 laps, and can't believe John Holloman just using Brandon Ward as a complete brake pedal. Tim Brown going to sit right behind Brandon Ward and make his way up there. That is the battle for 5th, 6th, and 7th on your left-hand side. The battle for the lead is on your right-hand side.
Well, right now, Brandon Ward is in that position right there, but who's behind him is your points leader. Your points leader has to keep him in his sights if he wants to win this. Brandon Ward has to finish only 2 spots ahead of that orange car on your screen to win this championship. So this spot right here that he's trying to get around Holloman is very important. There was a little bit of contact, and let me set up the context for that. What I was talking about with Beeson last week, Holloman and Beeson got together going for the lead. Beeson is the teammate of that gray car right there, Brendan Ward. So when they made contact, it just ruffled the feathers of the driver, that number 69.
Tim Brown, we talked about it earlier, but how he is able to know when to execute and when not to execute. This is the perfect opportunity for him to just sit back and watch everybody else be chaotic with his position right now. He's sitting in the 7th place position. There's 21 laps in the books. There's 150 lap feature distance here. He has plenty of time, as long as he doesn't fall too far back, to see how this is going to go. Meanwhile, Burt Myers continuing to lead over Lee Jeffries. And you can kind of tell by the way they drive if they're saving a little bit or if they're pushing. What do you think, Matt, about Burt Myers right now and how he is driving that number 1?
Burt Myers' car can't go sideways. I mean, that thing is driving straight off of every corner. It has some heck of horsepower in that car. Lee Jeffries, though, is charging hard. Now we look back at the battle here. Here's Danny Bone, and to the backside of Danny Bone in the 4th position battle right now. Danny Bone with John Holloman all over the backside of that car. Holloman is trying to get a win this season. He doesn't have one, but he gives him a shot in the north turn. Holloman's feeling a little frisky tonight. The driver of that Black Sand Company, number 69. Brian Lofton turning the wrenches on that machine. Of course, his son as well, Carson Lofton. Modified Stars. Brian Lofton here, as well as other tracks and other series in the South, as well as young Carson Lofton.
You'll see right here, this is continuing John Holloman in that black and pink car, and then in front of him you have Danny Bone working his way around lap traffic. That is the number 39.
Number 99 of Brad Smith. Yellow flag is out, and the number 6 car has spun. That is Slate Myers in turn number 2, as his father gets around him there.
Only a handful of starts so far for Slate Myers, and that number 6. We'll see if he can get spun back around.
We're going to go to a quick break here, 28 laps into this feature event. We will be back on Flow Racing with the rest of the AG South Farm Credit 150. We are back live on Flow Racing. I'm Matthew Dillner, joined by Jacqueline Drake, and the choose cone is out as we get set for the restart. 30 laps into this 150-lap affair. Lee Jeffries chooses the outside on top of the front row. 3rd will be Jason Myers. 4th, Danny Bone. 5th, John Holloman, the 4th. 6th position on the outside will be Tim Brown, your points leader. 7th position on the bottom, Brandon Ward, who's fighting for that championship, just 7 points behind. The modern Chevrolet Pace vehicle pulls into the end zone. And off the north turn comes Burt Myers. He's the first to the loud pedal. Jason Myers on the bottom trying to fill the hole into 2nd position. He's side by side with Lee Jeffries coming down the back straightaway.
Jason Myers going to hold his own on that inside. He doesn't want to give Lee Jeffries any more room than he has to, and that's not what that 75 driver wants to see. He's going to squeeze down to that 3rd place position. Right now you're looking for the battle. Tim Brown stuck on the inside, trying to get down, but John Holloman isn't going to let him.
Holloman fighting hard for that position. He has the preferred line on the bottom. Tim Brown giving him respect through turn number 1 and turn number 2. Once again, the 6 car of Slate Myers has spun, and he will bring out the caution, his 2nd in a row. What a great battle we were witnessing there between Holloman and Tim Brown. Tim Brown, his spotter, doing a very safe job there through 1 and 2.
Yep.
Not letting him come down and giving Holloman that respect.
I'm glad that you said that, because my brain also was noticing just how careful the 83 driver was driving. Even in the turns on the outside, he was giving him more than enough room, hoping that he wouldn't get contact, because if you think about speed is keeping your car clean. Anytime you have contact with someone else, if it causes damage on your car, even if it's on the side, if it's on the back, if it's on the front, any of that can cause you to reduce speed in your car. So Tim Brown wants to be clean car throughout this feature event until time comes to do so. So I'm glad you said that, Matt, because it definitely was noticed.
Check out this battle right. Oh, wait, there it is. There's Slate Myers just spinning through the infield grass. That's what caused it. I don't know what happened there with Slate.
I was just looking at the fans.
Tone's coming out.
I love to see them hanging over the side of the wall there.
I'm looking for the duck. Okay, supposedly there's been a little red Flow Racing duck that the Brandon Ward team has put out on the wall. A
rubber duck?
It's a rubber duck with they painted Flow Racing on it. We missed it last week, but they put it strategically so we could see it on that camera.
It's sitting on
It's sitting
the
on
fence.
the wall.
I don't know if I believe that.
They've been doing it to goof us.
I don't know if I believe that.
That crew, the New Day Motorsports crew, they have a lot of fun. And they've custom made a red duck with Flow Racing on it. It's on one of those posts right there. It might have fallen down.
I'm going to go, when it's over, I'm going to walk down there and see if I find it.
Quack. All
right? Because we would see it.
I don't see it right now. Well, enough with the ducks. Let's go racing. 36 laps on the board. The AG South Farm Credit 150 is back underway. Burt Myers fires first, and he gets a great jump. Lee Jeffries files down at the second position. The battle is on behind. Jason Myers on the inside. Danny Bowman on the outside. Stalking behind, waiting to see what happens, is the driver of the number 83, your points leader, Tim Brown.
Diligent work by the number 75, Lee Jeffries. He doesn't hit the back of Burt Myers, but he is right there, right behind him. There it is. You have it, Tim Brown, your points leader, Brandon Ward, and John Holloman right on the outside. Squeeze in the 69.
Comes down. Oh! Holloman came down into him right there, Jacqueline. That battle is ferocious right now. Those drivers are not happy with each other, and Brandon Ward's got to be careful to not get into that mix because he's got a championship to worry about. Wow.
Wow is right, and there you see John Holloman completely fallen back now. Now in the Hornet's Nest, Brandon Ward in front of him, still sitting in the 8th place position, so he lost some ground, but not too much. Meanwhile, we got a battle up front now. Oh, nope, that's actually just a lap car.
Burt Myers going around lap traffic, but the battle is on further back in your field. Front stretch, the big wreck, and it takes out the number 16. Your 3rd place points, man. We were just on that battle right before the wreck. And up in the air over the Speeny machine is the number 16 of Chris Fleming. It looks like his championship bid is over. The Speenies and Chris Fleming have had a war going on. A few weeks ago, they had a little incident between them. There was words in the pits today. Chris Fleming approached them and said, hey, we're not going to have any stuff today, are we? And they were like, get out of our pits, is what I'm told. So the Speeny magnet with Chris Fleming is on again. Let's see a quick replay on Flow Racing. Here it is. Speeny in the inside, the blue car. Speeny gets loose off the turn. Oh, and Savali spins, gets right into the 16. And then, Fleming goes right up with the wheel into the left front where the window is. No harm, no foul. That was a racing incident right there, but it just seems like the Speenies and Fleming, it's just a magnet.
Yeah, you'll see Speeny. He's waving like, what is going on? Frustrated here.
So right now the 16 was 3rd in points, 21 points behind. this very well could be the end of his Bowman Gray Stadium season. We're going to try to tow this car off of this race car of Dan Speeney's and see what damage is on the red number 16, the Guarantee Automotive Group machine, the Mount Airy, North Carolina veteran.
You would think that quite a bit of damage would be there just by looking at the left front and how it's sitting on top of that car, but...
Well, he dropped his window net at first, and then they got it back up, and he's like, no, I want to go. I want to see what's damaged here, because if he indeed can get that car back out, we're only 43 laps. We're not even a third into this 150-lap feature, so he is not out of it. Anything can happen here. This could be the end if they drop that car and there's damage and the tie rod is bent and there's suspension damage. But we will see. This is a great track crew here that is going to diligently remove these two cars from each other. And this is one of the best track crews in all of short track racing here at Bowman Gray Stadium. I think they're going to hook up the back of the vehicle and the front of the vehicle so that way they don't drop it here. This is an incredible job of Jenga, race car Jenga here by the track crew. They have already lifted out. Great shot zooming out there. You see the Jenga involved. They're lifting the front bumper. They've also got it hooked up, I believe, to the rear of the car. Yes, indeed. What a great job by this track crew. If you love tow trucks, folks, this is like watching a thriller. Oh, boy. This is a dramatic moment, no doubt. As much as I love tow trucks, this is the season for the Fleming Racing Fleming. That's all, folks. Fleming Family Racing Crew.
Look at this.
This is incredible. There's Dan Speeney driving off.
Dan Speeney's like, get me out of here.
But I'll tell you what, look at that track crew. What a great job and respectful job they have done. And there is the left front tire flat on Speeney's machine, and they are dropping the 16. Let's see if we can see if his car and the tires are pointing. Oh, my gosh, the wave is going on here at Bowman Gray Stadium as well. I don't remember the last time I've seen this. The wave's coming back. The wave's coming down into turn number one.
It's going around. It's going all the way around. I've never seen it.
I mean, I was just at a Metallica concert with 19,000 people, and we saw the wave going around. But this is Bowman Gray Stadium, 17,000 people doing the wave around the Madhouse. Oh, my gosh. If you don't love this place, you just don't love motorsports. Truly blessed to sit up top a press box and call an auto race at a great place like Bowman Gray Stadium.
That was actually a really impressive wave.
It was very impressive. And what's more impressive is I don't believe there's much damage. I can't tell if there's any toe-in on that number 16 car. It's really hard to tell from this angle. The angle that you're seeing is exactly what we're seeing from this press box. Chris Fleming might have twice now. He might have twice escaped disaster in two incidents here. You saw it earlier on. You see the tire mark right there. The damage, great job by our Flow Racing cameras up there to catch that damage. That's not going to impede anything with the race car right there. It should not. But great job to show that right there of where Savali, I believe, might have gotten into that car. Oh, no.
They're saying the helmet is now come off of Chris.
Oh, no. It looks like his night is over. They're looking at the oil cooler on the left side. You see that little box that was on the left side right there? There is the helmet off. The Mount Airy driver, the great veteran, his championship bid appears to be over in 2023 at Bowman Gray Stadium. This is a man that lives by one motto, and that is faith. And he told me that he's not going to worry about the championship. He's just going to go out there, have some fun, and put his faith somewhere else, not worry about sitting there and going for points. Well, man, tonight, what a tough break. Twice for Chris Fleming. And now the tow truck will hook up that number 16, and his championship bid is over.
Whenever we have opportunities like this, I always look down in the crowd because I like to see how
like you saw the butterfly the other week? I was wondering, like, you look down.
It was a giant butterfly.
You looked down and you saw a butterfly, and I'm like, do you have, like, x-ray vision? Like,
no, it was a huge butterfly, and a kid was trying to convince the track officials, it was during Victory Lane, to save him because the car was about to run over it. It landed on the track, and they saved it.
I was amazed by that. We're sitting there, they're sitting there calling this car into Victory Lane, and we go to Jacqueline Drake, and she's spotting a butterfly. You should be a spotter for these race cars.
I don't know about that.
Anyway, let's go to a quick Flow Racing break right here as we tow off the championship contender, Chris Fleming. It'll be down probably, most likely, to a 2-horse race. We'll be back with the rest of the AG South Farm Credit 150 on Flow Racing.
Winston-Salem, North Carolina is a city with a rich history of reinventing itself. Here you can wine and dine back in time, or raise a glass to the future. Witness history in the making, or savor the present moment. That's why you'll love visiting Winston-Salem. Our past is present, our future is bright, and our city is yours to explore. Look forward. Travel back to Winston-Salem.
Night 1094, August 19th. The modifieds are going to get back to Green Flag Racing. Chris Fleming, third place in points. His night is done. But the storylines are not done. The modifieds about to take the green flag, coming to lap 48 here at the Madhouse. Burt Myers on the inside, on the outside, Lee Jeffries. Green flag is back out. Myers with a big jump into turn number 1. Jeffries slams the door down into second. Side by side for the third place. Jason Myers on the inside. Danny Bowman on the outside. And look at that, right behind Tim Brown, your points leader, followed by Brandon Ward.
1, 2, now sitting in 5th and 6th place, biding their time with 49 laps in the books. This time by, we're going to make it 50. Tim Brown's going to give a little bit of shot from behind to the 57 and going to make a little bit of bumper tag now to Brandon Ward as well.
You're looking at Brandon Ward on the backside of the number 83. Big battle behind them. Junior Snow gets a position, but there is your points leader and your second place points man right there. Tim Brown in the number 83, the orange car on your screen, the New Day Motorsports Q104, number 104. Right behind him, the gray car, Brandon Ward, great short track veteran, sits only 7 points behind, but he needs to finish 2 spots ahead of that orange car to get his first ever Bowman Gray Stadium Track Championship. Burt Myers now back at the point. He is your race leader, trying to get his 91st career win at Bowman Gray Stadium. Lee Jeffries in second. Brother Jason Myers in third. Danny Bone in fourth. Tim Brown now closing the door in fifth. Sixth position, Brandon Ward. Junior Snow in seventh. And right now, Kyle Southern in eighth position. Split screen for you right here. We'll keep an eye on your leader on the left side. Back to full screen right here for your points leader. Putting the pressure on the backside of Danny Bone, your leader on the right side of the screen. 55 laps on the board, 150 laps for the Brad's Golf Cars Modified Division tonight.
Lots of action all throughout the field here, but drivers are settling in just a little bit clicking off the laps. There he is, Tim Brown, currently your points leader, now in 5th place. Danny Bone right in front of him, and at number 57. And he's given a little bit of a gap here. Earlier he was all over the back bumper, that number 57, but now the 57 of Bone has pulled away just a little bit. Now looking at Burt Myers, gonna go around. Lap traffic once again. Lee Jeffries right behind him.
Little housekeeping. Dan Spini was just black flag for taking the cone, being a lap down. So Dan Spini receiving the black flag. I don't believe he's being scored currently. There is the driver of the number 1, your leader, racing in front of this giant crowd here at Bowman Gray Stadium. Lee Jeffries now closing the gap a little on your leader. These two drivers have had a history throughout Bowman Gray Wars, and this year it's happened again. And now Lee Jeffries driving that car as hard as he can, trying to chase down the ace.
Tim Brown right there.
Oh! Dan Spini is over the wall. On the back straightaway, Dan Spini contact with the number 6 of Slate Myers. They were making contact a few laps before that. Now contact sends the number 10 over the wall, the Armco barrier. Yellow flag is out.
Wow, we looked up only just to see him up in the air, flying over that wall and then spinning. He's going to come out of the vehicle. Wow, what a ride there. Let's see. He appears to be
Dan Spini is okay. He is out of his car in front of the Advanced Auto Parts billboard right there on the back straightaway. It's a deceiving thing here at Bowman Gray. I used to sit right off the back stretch in section number 9, and you know, you see a guy go over the wall there. They're like, oh my gosh, the fans are close to it. No, there's a big grass area there, and it's also, the fans are very elevated here from the spectator, from the track racing service. Here is Dan Spini getting back on the track, the Pennsylvania native, taking the slow walk and waving to the crowd here, 17,000 strong, as he makes his way back behind the field house. Slate Myers looked to get a little loose there, is what we're told, and Spini just went over that tire and launched over the backstretch wall. There he goes. He's going to take that ride from Jimmy Brown there on the Midway Mobile Storage Gator that Tommy Neal tried to steal. Yeah, oh yeah, that's true. Like Matt Stricker back here, okay, with us with Flow Racing and NASCAR, just pointed out that we are going to see another masterclass. If you're a tow truck fan, keep on watching right here, because we saw some tow truck Jenga, you know, before. We're going to see some more Jenga here getting this car back out. We're also joined here by Joey Denowitz, who's, of course, the head over here with NASCAR Regional and Touring Series Racing, true racer himself. So it's good to see a racer in that position. And, of course, one of the best hair in all of NASCAR. You can't see this, folks, but Joey Denowitz, known him for a long time, a race car driver himself, but some of the greatest hair in the history of auto racing. So
he's got a Beats earbud. Are you listening to this on the broadcast? What are you listening to? He says nothing. Noise cancellation. Matt's trying to convince him to get on the broadcast himself here. He says, no, I'm good.
Oh, that's a cool thing, too, because Denowitz here has been involved in the sport for a long time, but I've seen him here several times this year at Bowman Gray Stadium, paying attention to what goes on here, because this is the strongest attended NASCAR Advanced Auto Parts weekly racing track that we have. So 17,000 people here, it's just unbelievable. So while we start to figure out how we're going to get this car off of the wall, let's take a break on Flow Racing. We'll be back with this and also the rest of the AG South Farm Credit 150.
Sometimes it all looks right. Am I right?
Advance? Yeah, I just want the right oil for me.
Advance lets you choose the right oil.
The right filter.
For the right price every day.
Yeah, that just feels right.
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 This is how we advance.
We are back here live on Flow Racing, and yes, the Speeny car is towed magnificently back to the backstretch pavement. His night is done, though. Jacqueline Drake, and it was spectacular.
It was like airlifted, just over
Levitated?
Yes, levitated.
Levitation.
I mean, it is almost October, so you know, it was levitated over the wall. And Slate's is also to the right, it's completely levitated off of the ground just by itself. Look at it, number 6. Yeah, so track cleanup crew doing a great job as always here at Bowman Gray. Meanwhile, the modified drivers, the rest of the field that's still in contention here, they must have called for a sparkling glass of water
Yeah, they're
because
getting some water delivered to them.
crew members are coming out, handing some bottles out.
And here comes Michael Branch. He's going to enter the frame here and give Jason Myers some water. So Michael Branch right there enters the fray, and he'll give Jason Myers what a season for Jason Myers in that QRC HVAC Carolina Drilling number 4 machine. 4 wins for the number 4 this year. And, boy, he has had one heck of a season, especially as of late. That team has really found their edge in this late part of the Bowman Gray Stadium season. And it's a shame they didn't have that speed at the beginning of the season, because they are proving right now that if they can carry this momentum into 2024, that they could be a championship favorite next year.
Yeah, and you made me think of this because 4 wins by Jason Myers, 2 wins by Burt Myers. Sometimes I wonder, I'm like, with them being brothers, are they kind of like, well, I've had 4 wins this year, and Jason's like,
well, yes, there's competitive.
I would love to.
Right
just
now, Slate's not bragging about anything.
Well,
but,
he's still learning. He's still young and still learning. But I would love to hear a fly on the wall of like what exactly they talk about in competition with that.
There's right there, Junior Snow, the snowman. His father is bringing some water out to him, talking to him. That's his father right there. Junior Snow. Got to talk about this sophomore sensation right here. You see Units, Mobile Storage, and DL Outfitters on this car. The pink spoiler, really cool body on this car. But I'll tell you what, Junior Snow, a former college baseball star who started racing in mini stocks here at Bowman Gray Stadium, of course went to college and was a baseball player, but coming back and then running some 602 modifieds. And I'll tell you what, if I've seen a race car driver in this Brad's Golf Cars modified division that I think is your next superstar in this division, this is your driver, I think. This is a driver that fans are starting to gravitate to because he's got a really pretty race car. He's got some great supporters on board, and rightfully so, because he's slowly making a name for himself here in the Brad's Golf Cars modified division. And I expect him, he's 6 in points right now, I expect him to be a contender next year for this title. There is your points leader sitting here under red flag conditions, the driver of the 83. He also has units on board. But now we hear the cars. They have refired, and I think they're going to do a little quickie deal to try to get these cars moving, get Slate Myers off the track, and get back to green. Tim Brown right there, perennial favorite here. Burt Myers, the ace. Polarizing figure. One of the most media-friendly drivers. A controversial race car driver. Has been penalized several times in Southern Modified racing history. Well noted.
Yeah.
But he is also a driver that no matter where you go, Burt Myers is there racing. And no matter where he's racing, he is up front. And that is unmistakable.
You bring up that, just all the history that Burt Myers has had, not just in Bowman Gray racing, but in modified racing.
Yep.
The Myers family name going back generations. And yeah, he's been through a lot of controversial things. But one thing that's not controversial is he wins. And he wins quite often. So seeing that one up front, and as you alluded to, just how good this team has buttoned up in the latter half of the 2023 season. 2 wins to his name, and could be 3 tonight. He's able to keep that number 1 in front of everybody. We have 63 laps in the books. plenty of time for speed and plenty of time for other people, movers and shakers through the field, to make their way up.
Well, Burt Myers, simply put, needs to stop the bleeding because it's been nightmarish over the past few weeks for him. So, I mean, that's what he needs to do, bottom line. He's in the place to do it right now in the lead. And Tim Brown right there just needs to stay put. He needs to stay consistent, Jacqueline, because as long as he's got that 104 gray car right behind him of Brandon Ward, he's sitting pretty. I don't care if he's in 10th place and he's got the 104 right to his bumper. He's going to win this championship. And the 104 right now has to also watch out because he hasn't made too many friends tonight. John Holloman, the 4th, was angry at him, visibly angry on the racetrack, making contact with him several times. But right now he's got a buffer of a few cars between he and Holloman. But anything can happen here with the double file restarts in this 150 lapper. Double file, choose cone restarts. Just because you think there's 3 or 4 cars separating your favorite driver and he might not have a shot at the title because Tim Brown's in front of him, anything can change. Yeah, exactly right. We're just getting a note here in the booth, and it's absolutely true. Tim Brown choosing the outside those few times in a restart has helped him get ahead of Brandon Ward. If we didn't have the double file choose restarts, he would be behind Brandon Ward right now. Cone is out. Burt Myers takes it inside to the outside. Lee Jeffries, Jason Myers to the inside. Danny Bone to the outside. Tim Brown to the inside. Brandon Ward to the outside. Junior Snow inside. Kyle Southern to the outside.
Side by side, the modifieds are back up. They've had quite a bit of a long red flag there, so tires have cooled off. It'll be interesting to see who's able to fire off here and who isn't.
I think that makes it really tough for the driver on the outside right now, Lee Jeffries, on this restart. Coming to lap 67 in the AG South Farm Credit 150, Burt Myers fires off this north turn.
Wow, Lee Jeffries.
Contact!
Able to save it somehow there. Great work by Lee Jeffries. Meanwhile, Burt Myers going to be taking advantage of this, leading ahead. Jason Myers in 3rd place, but Danny Bone's going to squeeze down and make his way into 4th.
Bumper tag right there between some of the titans of Bowman Gray Stadium. Tim Brown in a very anxious moment right there as they started stacking up and playing a little accordion effect there. Now single file goes the modifieds around this quarter-mile oval. Myers, your leader. That's the championship battle right there, though. Tim Brown in the 5th position right now. 6th position, Brandon Ward. Brandon Ward has to figure out a way by Tim Brown and finish 2 spots ahead of him to win this track title. 71 laps on the board. Dave Marcus lap for you.
When will the go time be? When will the drivers decide that now it's time to turn up the wick and I've got to make moves? 72 laps this time by. Man, oh man, this is where it really gets interesting. If someone's strategy is paid off, have they saved enough? Do they have anything for the second half of this game?
Well, the thing is about these tires, if you've talked all season long to these competitors, we've had extra distance affairs, those 100 lappers. And some of these guys have told me they could go another 75 on these tires. These tires are very hard. They don't really wear out too much. So a lot of these guys will talk about saving. They might be just, conserving their car. But the tires don't seem to be a big factor as we're halfway into this race this time by. But the tires don't seem to be as far as fall off.
But the braking,
the braking is
the big issue here, especially at a tight track like Bowman Gray as it is. So some that maybe have been braking harder than others. Tim Brown, an expert on braking, knows when to use more and knows when to save that. I'm curious, though, what Burt Myers has been willing to save because, quite frankly, he's been driving pretty hard throughout this entire feature.
I don't think Burt Myers is saving anything right now, and I don't think Lee Jeffries is saving everything right now. We're running some pretty nifty laps here around this quarter-mile oval. Of course, if you're watching on Flow Racing for maybe the very first time, you notice there's no ticker on the top showing you the rundown. We hand score this. Yes, that's right. Old school. No electronic timing and scoring. two booths over to the left of us is a group of scorers, and actually every driver tonight, since it's a 150, has a scorer as well. Old school. Look at this right here. Tim Brown has a mirror full of Brandon Ward in that gray Q104.1 car.
Lee Jeffries, who we spoke about earlier, still sitting in the second place position. Has a little bit of sparks continuing to come from that right front wheel. Brakes could be fading just a little bit there on the 75. So it could have been a bigger issue, as we saw earlier in the feature event, whenever he had a lot of sparks coming out, but definitely starting to affect him here more.
It's been interesting to watch the driver there at number 75. Lee Jeffries, a great veteran from Walburg, North Carolina. His father, the great Robert Jeffries, so many times a winner here at Bowman Gray Stadium Wars, and a Southern modified gentleman that we lost a few years back to battle with cancer. Robert Jeffries is someone that's beloved here in the Bowman Gray Stadium Wars, and son Lee carrying on that legacy oh so well in that famed number 75. White with the blue stripe. And I love seeing that car come around. Lee actually joined us for the little fan meetup earlier today with Susan Harwell, driver of the number 77, the team car, and just such great veterans, such great people in our garage area. Ooh, look at that right there. Saw a little contact there between Speedy and Holloman. Getting a little aggressive here.
Yeah, Mike Speedy wanted to let him know that he's behind him. A little bit of love tap. Give him some love taps.
There is Holloman in that black and pink number 69. Speedy trying to get around another bumper to the backside. We have a caution. The Flying Taco is spun into the cilantro. The E-Metals number 3 is around, and your caution flag is out. One of the great entertainers and one of my favorite people in that garage area. You can't see it, but inside that car sits one of the best fire suits in the history of motorsports. And one heck of a dude. You know, only guy out there racing with a bow tie on. That's formal.
How did he come up with the Flying Taco name?
Well, you know, to be honest with you, we wanted to give him a nickname. And he has the most colorful, awesome fire suit. And he told me, hey, listen, I don't care how I'm performing. I want to be the show out there. I want to have fun. I don't want to take myself too seriously. I want to do something for the fans. So he came out with that incredible fire suit with wagon wheels on it.
We showed that earlier in the
did.
season. That was really cool.
And he's got a cow being lifted by a UFO on the back. So we ended up deciding, hey, would you mind the nickname
Flying
the
Taco?
Flying Taco? So he had a few other choices. We mulled over a few. A few were not proper for television. So we went with the Flying Taco.
I
We
like
thought
Flying
that, yes.
Taco.
And
I
you
just
know
wasn't
what?
sure if it's like, you know,
No, I
he
mean,
eats a lot of tacos, or
I mean, yeah, he's a taco guy, man.
He loves
like,
them.
He's not a little guy. He's a big guy like me. I eat a lot of tacos.
you can be a little guy and eat a lot of tacos.
Oh yeah, you look at like the guy that eats all the dang hot
Think
dogs.
about street tacos,
right?
how small they are.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, if I'm gonna eat a street taco, it's not 2. It's gonna be like 10.
Those are so good.
So good. Little
Oh, I want
cilantro
some
and
now.
onions.
And lime.
Dang it! Stop it, Jacqueline. Yeah, street tacos are the best.
We need a taco truck here
Ooh,
at
a
Bowman
taco
Gray.
truck at
There's
Bowman
not
Gray.
there's not tacos.
Danny
There's nothing
Probst,
like that.
start the Flying Taco truck.
Donuts and tacos.
Choose cone. The number 75 chooses the outside. Danny Bone puts it to the top of the second row. Danny Bone on this restart goes to the outside as the fans cheer their drivers on over the facade of this historic stadium. Brandon Ward puts it to the outside. So the third row right now in the 5th position, Tim Brown. In the 6th position to his outside is the second place points man, Brandon Ward. The points combatants are side by side in row 3. Here we go. Coming to lap 90 as we take the green, and the modern Chevrolet Pace vehicle driven by Jimmy Apsher pulls into the infield, and the green flag is back out. The battle to the bottom is on for Lee Jeffries. He gets there. Danny Bone hanging on the outside of Jason Myers. Give Jason Myers the spot down the backstretch. Now side by side, it's Tim Brown. Brandon Ward charging hard on the top. He's going to get to the outside, possibly of Danny Bone. Side by side, points leader and second place points man. But we have trouble on the front stretch. Oh,
Wow.
wheel to wheel they go. Brandon Ward to the caution flag. Gerald Robinson has spun and stopped on the front stretch. The flying taco was involved again.
No contact just yet between Brandon Ward and Tim Brown, but right before this caution came out, Brandon Ward was squeezing Tim Brown just a little bit down, not giving him any more room than he needed to get around that corner. And look, even now, they're continuing to go side by side right now. Maybe this is a challenge for position to the tower, but quite interesting. I'm sensing some mind games happening right now on the track.
Well, here's the interesting thing you were just saying. They were side by side under caution there, kind of jockeying for that spot, trying to contest it to the scoring up here. And it looks like right now, just by a fraction, they're saying that Brandon Ward did get that spot when the yellow flag came out. That is a big swing here, because potentially on this restart where you have to choose cone, remember, Brandon Ward has to finish 2 spots ahead of Tim Brown. He could try to make up some time here, so this is very interesting. The plot starts to thicken once again with these restarts.
Oh, I have goosebumps thinking about how I have a jacket on, but look, thinking about how this is
a colorful jacket. It's denim checkered flag.
Yeah, don't you love that? Thank you.
You got some fashion.
Thinking about how this is going to iron out.
Oh.
I'm very intrigued. I don't know. I'm getting excited.
Well, the restarts here are so incredible. So right now, Tim Brown is unofficially 3 points ahead as they stand right now. Let's get ready to take a quick break on Flow Racing, because we're going to hook up Gerald Robinson's Tea Time Sports and Spirits number 39, and we're going to come back with the action of the second half here. We'll have about 50 laps to go when we come back to green. Let's take a quick break on Flow Racing. We'll be right back. We are back live at Bowman Gray Stadium on Flow Racing. Shout out to Chris Byers having a birthday, August 20th. Not today.
Happy
tomorrow.
Birthday.
Well, guess what? The lights are on here and the lights are out on top of the modern Chevrolet Blazer Pace vehicle, driven masterfully by Jimmy Apsher. And choosing the outside once again is Lee Jeffries. Choosing the outside in the second row is Danny Bone. And now side by side, just in inverse direction, in the third row is Brandon Ward and your points leader, Tim Brown. That's the battle to keep an eye out on the track as we go green. Burt Myers fires first, and the battle for the bottom is on. Tim Brown on the outside, charging hard. He looks like he's going to get the spot past Brandon Ward. Can he charge by Danny Bone on the outside? Tim Brown masterfully around the outside he goes. The driver of the number 83 is putting on a show.
Wow, Tim Brown going to hold it on the outside there. Going to look to see if he can squeeze down in the fourth. Completes that pass. And now it has made his way 2 spots ahead of Brandon Ward.
Fourth position, give it to Tim Brown, the rocket. Rocketing from the outside. They're getting by 2 cars, including the guy he wants to keep in his mirror if he wants to get his 13th track championship at Bowman Gray Stadium. 100 laps down, 50 laps to go. Burt Myers is your leader.
That was a veteran move. If we've seen one
Power
yet, Matt. Power move at that. Goes around the outside, passes both of those competitors. Nice work by the 83 of Tim Brown. Meanwhile, Burt Myers has continued to show the way over the field all night long, leading a car length over Lee Jeffries in second place, Jason Myers in third.
Well, we say powered by Pulliams. That's what it says underneath the air cleaner on that number 83. Pulliams, of course, the hot dog joint's open since 1910 down the road. Tim's father-in-law, Mark, owns that business, and that's what's on the car, powered by Pulliams, and that was the powered by Pulliams power move. I'll tell you what, that is one of the biggest power moves possibly of the season. Now we have a slow car on the backstretch, bringing out a yellow flag. The lovely Susan Harwell is slow on the backstretch. Just 2 weeks ago, she finished on the lead lap with a nice 14th place finish for Susan Harwell. The daughter of Alfred, the great Alfred Hill, and a cancer survivor, just a all-around awesome person.
Bad to the bone there. Caution flag is going to fly, and the drivers are going to make their way around. For those that may not know, we have been counting caution laps.
Yep.
So not every lap has been a green flag lap, but that is going to mark us at the lap 105 this time by. We'll see if the choose cone is going to come back out. Thought for a minute he was going to grab it. Nope, not yet. You know, the choose cone, I found out about this a few weeks ago when I was here, that, you know, they have added the lights to the cone, and I thought it was for the drivers, so that the drivers can see it a little bit easier. And I asked them, and they said, no, it's for the fans.
Yeah. I mean, that's what you got to do. I mean,
Right?
we're here for the fans, man. So Burt Myers, of course, choosing the inside. That's the leader's groove. And choosing the outside again is the driver,
Look
the
at
83.
that.
Now he's going to try to see if he could steal a spot from Jason Myers. Choosing the outside right to his bumper is the driver of the 104 car. So Brandon Ward keeping Tim Brown on his front bumper. I think we're going to go yellow again. We're not going to go this time by. I think we have some debris on the back straightaway that Jimmy Brown is picking up in the Gator. I think the fans tip them off on that one. That's great.
Yeah.
Gotta love that.
They do that quite often. They'll see stuff, they'll point down and be like, hey, guys, don't forget that.
We've
which
done
is
that
nice.
some time to time when we sat on the section 9 on the bottom.
You can see it better than they can.
Yeah, yeah. Lights are out on the modern Chevrolet Pace vehicle as Jimmy Apsher is about to pull it into the infield, which is the football grass for Winston-Salem State University. Right about the 10-yard line, he pulls it in, and the ground pounders get set to go back to green flag racing here at Bowman Gray Stadium. Coming to lap 108, Lee Jeffries fires before the leader. Yellow flag comes out. Jeffries was trying to time that out
Yep.
and try to guess when the number 1 was going to take the green. Burt Myers, seeing that, playing a little bit of cat and mouse.
The mind games commence.
This is gamesmanship right here. Let's see how they come to green this time in the north turn in front of the field house. Firing at the same time right there, Burt Myers, Lee Jeffries. Lee Jeffries trying to get to the bottom. Can he do it? Right now, Jason Myers contests for that spot. Tim Brown gets to the bottom in 4th position. Here comes Brandon Ward to the top side of Tim Brown. If he's going to make it, it's go time for Brandon Ward. Ward sticks it in the top, trying to get traction the tough way around the quarter-mile oval.
He doesn't have anything for him. He's going to slip down into that 5th place position. Shot from behind, though. Danny Bone gets into the back of Brandon Ward.
Let's get physical, physical. That's what it is at Bowman Gray Stadium. Every time you turn around, there's physicality.
Wow.
And right now, speaking of physicality, they're stacked up in the north turn. Kyle Southern goes loop-de-loop. Junior Snow is in the wall. James W. Savali, Dan Speeney, and Beeson.
Kyle Southern
Yep, Kyle Southern is looped. The number 9, the Tobacco Ridge machine. There is Junior Snow, the 51, your 6th place man in points. James W. Savali, the Connecticut native, in the Hillbilly machine.
He can't seem to get out of trouble tonight. Man,
that's
well, they keep getting bunched up back there, and he's back there. Nowhere to go, right?
Let's take a look at the Flow Racing replay here of this incident here in the north turn. Junior Snow to the inside. Coming down right there is the number 9. Snow had that position. Looks like Snow didn't receive any damage. He didn't hit the front of that car into the wall. But damage apparently on the right rear there probably of Beeson's machine, who's into the number 10 of Dan Speeney's car. Dan Speeney has been a magnet tonight for the yellow.
Yeah. I mean, let's be frank. This car was over the wall earlier.
You're not Frank, you're Jacqueline.
This car was over the wall earlier.
He had a car on top of him before.
Yes, and then he's
been black flagged. This is like the adventures of Dan Speeney. Oh my gosh, the adventure. Let's write a book. The Adventures of Dan Speeney. He's had a car on top of him. He went over the wall.
And then
he has a car on top of him right now. He got black flagged. What is next for Dan Speeney? Well, that is, I believe, the brother-in-law of the guy that you're seeing right now, Tim Brown, your points leader. If it ended right now, Tim Brown would capture his 13th championship, record 13th championship at Bowman Gray Stadium. But, folks, it is not over. Let's take a quick break here on Flow Racing. We are going to come back because we have we got a ton of racing to go. We got the modified race. We still got a street stock race. We got a championship finale. Double points night for the championship. We'll be back live on Flow Racing.
Winston-Salem, North Carolina is a city with a rich history of reinventing itself. Here you can wine and dine back in time, or raise a glass to the future. Witness history in the making, or savor the present moment. That's why you'll love visiting Winston-Salem. Our past is present, our future is bright, and our city is yours to explore. Look forward. Travel back to Winston-Salem.
calls.
17,000 fans around a football field watching modified stock car racing. NASCAR Weekly Racing Series excitement live at Bowman Gray Stadium on Flow Racing. I'm Matthew Dillner, joined by Jacqueline Drake in the booth tonight. High atop the football field here and enjoying the view at the Madhouse.
We have the best view here.
Unbelievable
we really
view.
do. We're able to see the whole track. We're able to see all the fans.
I love this view. Speaking of view, I love this view when we have the camera here on the field house in the north turn. It's a spectacular view seeing the modified cars come at you into that turn. And also from that angle, you get to see the fans. It's really great. Here's the choose cone. Lee Jeffries going to the top again. Deja vu. On the outside goes Tim Brown. But this is going to open up the opportunity because this time Brendan Ward chooses the inside. So if Tim Brown gets kind of jumbled up there on the outside, this is where Brandon Ward can take advantage.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's kind of what he's hoping to do, right? He's hoping that he can close that gap, and you can see him pulling up there. That way Tim can't get down.
He's going to try to fill the hole there right behind the number 4 car as Burt Myers leads him to green. Jason Myers trying to fill the hole for second position. Side by side he goes with Lee Jeffries. Big contact between those two drivers going down the back straightaway. Side by side through the north turn. Myers and Jeffries.
Oh.
Tim Brown gets shuffled back and makes contact with James Savali. Savali spins around into Spini. Mike Spini, James Savali, and it looks like Junior Snow are in the wall in turn number 1. Caution flag is back out.
I think I jinxed Savali.
I don't think he needed that anyway. You know, he's just been having he hasn't had him a Dan Spini night, but he's had him a night.
Well, he's coming around. Look, he's coming around. He's coming around.
Oh boy,
here.
let's watch James W. Savali. Keep an eye on that 79.
Oh.
The 79 has ran into your points leader. The 79 of James Savali on the front stretch has made contact with your points leader. The 79 is not happy. He is running over the right front tire of your points leader. They used to call him the rocket launcher because one night he sent the rocket for a spin, and right there he runs into the right front tire for some reason. Oh, and Dan Spini drives into the number 79. His brother-in-law exacting revenge.
Oh, wait, here we go.
Here we go.
Mike Spini.
Please look at the 83. Keep it on it.
Mike Spini.
Mike Spini in the 37 now is behind James W. Savali. To the inside of Spini is the number 83. That is a family right there, the gray car and the orange car. James Savali, for some reason, was going after the 83 of Tim Brown under the caution flag. Dan Spini came and exacted revenge under the caution. Dan Spini's climbing from his car right now. He is motioning for the fans to be pumped up, and this raucous crowd around Bowman Gray Stadium is seeing a show tonight.
Yeah, Savali upset at Tim Brown. I don't understand. He didn't have any involvement in this right now, other than he's like, I don't want you to win another championship.
Well, they have a history, folks, and now the fans are going nuts.
Oh, here we go.
Here he goes. Here we go. Dan Spini is running. Here he comes to the 50-yard line, to the 30. He's pointing at James Savali. He's not happy. He's in front of his car right now. He just told him off. And now he's wishing his brother-in-law good luck. The cops have now entered the fray as Dan Spini walks off the field.
Man, he ran so quickly.
Well, I'll tell you what. We just talked about, could his night be any more adventurous? Could this be any more adventurous? Now we've got a sleeveless man walking him off the infield. Could Dan Spini's night possibly get any more adventurous? Well, folks.
There it is.
There it is.
There
he is.
book.
He's pumping up this raucous crowd here at Bowman Gray.
Not happy with James Savali.
Let's look at this replay and see kind of how it started. Oh, that's why Savali's not happy with him. That makes perfect sense. Tim Brown kind of went down.
A little tire tap happened there, which it just like boomeranged him off. Oh, okay.
Oh,
we
now
missed
we
that.
know.
We didn't. I thought James got loose.
I just thought James Savali was just wanted to end the Rockets' night and be the rocket launcher once again. Well,
Savali attempted to hit the right front of that 83 to attempt to break, the tie rod in the 83's race. But it wouldn't just have ended his race; it would have ended his championship.
Yes,
which is also quite interesting, right, as a competitor, because Savali hasn't even been in the points running or a regular here every single week. And there's lots of layers to this cake.
Oh, yeah. There's vanilla, there's chocolate, there's strawberry, there's raspberry, there's flavors for everybody. It's Bowman Gray Stadium. 17,000 fans here. There's just no explanation to how epic this place can be.
And the dominoes to that with Brandon Ward doing what he did.
He gained the spot.
Gaining the spot, starting, and on the inside, blocking Tim Brown from being able to get down. That pushed the 83 back.
Brandon Ward needs one more spot. If he finishes two, the gray car right there, if he finishes 2 spots ahead of the orange car right there, Tim Brown, 2 spots, he gets this championship. So it's imperative right now that the 83 not only can try to pass him, but he needs to stay on the back bumper of that 104, that gray car. But James Savali right there, he's further back in this field, and you see that 79, and he is as aggressive and fiery of a race car driver. If you step on his toe just a little bit, he's going to take his whole foot and kick you. That's James W. Savali, and it always has been. Oh, boy. Whew, we're only 1 3/4 of the way through tonight as far as races. And we still have two more races to go. And we have seen enough action to fill a whole month at almost any racetrack in America. If people aren't watching this broadcast, I know there's so many people here. There's standing room only around the upper rim of this place. It's insane right now. I don't know if more people just entered the stadium, but I'm looking over, and they are standing room only around this joint.
No one is sitting. Nobody is sitting. We're not sitting. They're not sitting. No one's sitting around here.
Yeah, I'm not sitting.
If you're on your couch, we ain't judging you, but...
No, that's fine if you're home.
Yeah, you're home, you're
fine. But if you're home, stand up. Get you a little exercise. Get you a little blood flow right here like we are. I mean, these people here paid for a seat. They're not using it. Get yourself off that couch. Come on.
Always fun here at the season finale. I got my parents back home in Texas watching. My pop is watching.
Yes.
Everybody's watching.
Tim McGuire is watching. I don't know if my wife has it on. I hope so. I know Hudson would like to watch it, but I know Tim McGuire, the great former announcer here, is watching. His mom is actually watching as well. So that's great. Love the McGuire family. Great people. Whew. I need to take a breath. My exercise tonight has not had anything to do with walking around. This is just exhale here.
The adrenaline's pumping.
Cone is out. The cone of justice.
Here we go.
Let's see who chooses where. Burt Myers is going to choose the inside. I think Jason's going to choose the outside. Jason Myers chooses the inside. Lee Jeffries goes to the outside. Brandon Ward chooses the outside. I think that's a smart move in a way because I think he can get to the outside of Lee Jeffries, but there's a lot of speedy dry. There's a lot of speedy dry in turn 1 and 2 right now. So dancing your way through the south turn is going to be very, very difficult. So people who chose the outside here, it's going to be treacherous as we enter the south turn. That would be turns 1 and 2 because of a batch of speedy dry. You'll see it right here. Tim Brown is going to go through it right now. See that white dust down there? That's a lot of speedy dry at a very critical point of that turn. It's going to get interesting. Cone's going back out. We're reconing it. Okay, here comes the recone. To the inside goes Burt. To the inside goes Jason. Deja vu. To the outside goes the 75. To the out. Hey, it's just deja vu.
Here we go.
It's deja vu all over again, as the great Yogi Berra would say. Oh, actually, Lee Jeffries, jumps to the outside. Yep, deja vu. That's what they did the last time we coned.
I can't help but laugh at the words that you've come up with today. I love it.
I'm not normal. Here we go. 127 laps will come to as Burt Myers takes the green flag. Oh, a little bit of jumble back in the back. Contact between your points contenders. Brandon Ward files in now side by side for second place. Jason Myers, give him the spot. Brandon Ward will try to fill the hole off of turn number 4, the gray 104.1 car. Trying to get around Lee Jeffries. Jeffries sideways through the dust.
Wow.
Jeffries in the wall. Oh. Big wreck. Mike Speeney involved for the 3rd time.
Wow.
Lee Jeffries' night is finished. Hard contact to the wall as he comes down the front stretch. In a shower of sparks comes Lee Jeffries. Watch that 75. Lee Jeffries.
Oh.
He makes contact with Brandon Ward. He is not happy. He feels like he was wronged. He sent a message, but did it in a sort of clean way. Lee Jeffries brings his car behind the field house for the final time, it appears. Now both Speenies are out of their car. Both Speenies' nights are done.
What a night for the Speeney brothers.
Oh, man. Mike Speeney right there surveying the damage on his number 37. He had nowhere to go.
No. Unfortunately. Let's check out what we got in the Flow Racing replay here.
Oh, wow. You saw Lee Jeffries' hard contact there.
Wow.
And then Speeney nowhere to go, gets into the back of him. Savali just avoids it. So does Danny Bone, who went into the pits before that.
Both Speeney brothers airborne tonight.
It has been the great adventures of the Pennsylvania Speeney boys. Bo and Duke have nothing on them. Bo and Luke Duke. I could see it. You freeze him in the midair, and then the voiceover, Merle Haggard comes up and he's like, well, what are them Speeney boys up to next? And the Speeney car freezes in midair, and they go to commercial. The cliffhanger. It's the Speeney boys. Oh, there's the fans hanging over. I don't see the duck, but I see the fans leaning over the facade of the stadium wall. They're going to tell him, hey, look, they're telling him, hey, go get him. That's one of my favorite shots of the year. I love that shot.
I love that shot, too. And, I'm surprised no one ever really looks into the camera. Like, we haven't had anybody's face. Yeah, looking into there.
Let's not entice them to do so.
Yeah, they probably don't realize.
Great job by our cameraman down there, Philip McQuagg. Philip McQuagg down there. Great job on the camera. That's such a tough spot to sit and do camera work all night. Let's give you a points update real quick right now because it looks like Tim Brown's still your point leader, but Brandon Ward, he's your points leader by 3 points because he is one spot behind Brandon Ward. The cone is out. We're going quickie now. We got to speed up the program here for the AG South Farm Credit 150. Burt Myers chooses the inside, brother and brother on the inside. Brandon Ward goes to the top, and Tim Brown wants to stay on his rear bumper. Now, let's set this up, folks. Everybody here has a rivalry in this place. Somebody's got a rivalry. Some people have 1. Some people have 10. Burt Myers, your leader right now, a few years ago, he had the championship locked up, and he had severe contact with the guy on the outside, Brandon Ward, and Brandon Ward exacted his revenge under yellow and took Burt out of a championship. These guys are hot rivals at Bowman Gray Stadium and everywhere. Brandon Ward, the battle to the bottom. He gets the bottom. Now Tim Brown is stuck on the outside. He's in 4th position right now. Junior Snow trying to fill the hole underneath the rocket. This is huge points implications at Bowman Gray.
Wow, Tim Brown seemed to get a little bit loose in that restart there. And when he hits that kitty dry, the 83 completely upset with that, battling on that outside right now, trying to get down into that lower lane to stop the bleeding. And he does. He's able to sneak down and now lays into 5th place.
But losing those 2 spots right now, it looks like Brandon Ward, if it ended right now, 135 laps on the board, Brandon Ward would be your champion. Brandon Ward, by 5 points, would be your champion. Tim Brown needs to somehow get 1 spot. He needs to get by Junior Snow in that 51 to grab championship 13.
Brandon Ward just got a shot from behind from Jason Myers. Got him a little bit upset. He was able to recover, though, and still hold on to that 2nd place position. Looking at the cars, Burt Myers completely has checked out. Meanwhile, the battle is from 2nd on back. Burt Myers continuing to lead over Brandon Ward in 2nd place. Brandon Ward trying to hold off Jason Myers. Behind him, we have the number 51 continuing to get shots from behind from Tim Brown trying to make his way up. He has a championship on the line.
Look at that battle on the left side of your screen, though. Jason Myers is applying severe pressure to the backside of Brandon Ward. This is a huge spot right now in the points battle because Brandon Ward, who now gets a little sideways there, he has to hang on to the spot. He has to hang on to the spot to gain the championship. 9 laps to go. This is your battle on the track. Burt Myers has checked out right now. Brandon Ward, if he finishes where he is your champion. Burt Myers is your leader. Right now, those 4 cars that you're seeing battling for second, third, fourth, and fifth, that is how the 2023 title will be decided. Coming to 6 laps to go.
Tim Brown trying to do everything he can, sitting in that 5th place position. The handling on the 83 isn't the same as it was earlier today. Looks to the inside, but lap traffic is in the way.
He might have to apply a bumper here to get that title, but right now, sticking to the bottom is the driver of the 51, Junior Snow, the snowman, dancing through the snow of the kitty litter sideways there. Now he gaps Tim Brown just a little, coming into turn number 3. Brown swallows up that battle. 5, count it, 4 laps to go.
Only 4 laps to go. Time is running out. He gets him sideways, and around he goes.
The snowman goes around. The yellow flag is out. That is the position that Tim Brown needs to possibly gain his 13th track title. The fans are on their feet right now. Bird season is here. Fans showing their displeasure to the driver of the number 83 circulating this track.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Now, this is still not enough. Tim Brown is going to have to pass one other car.
No, he's got it right now. He's got it.
2
Brandon
spots.
Ward has to finish 2 spots ahead of him. Let's show you the replay real quick first. Here it comes. Snow gets the car unloads a little bit right there, and then there goes the bumper tag. He knew he was loose. He hit him just at the right time and spun the snowman around. The snowman lights up the tires trying to save it, but once he hit the grass, there's nothing you could do. But right now, the fans are going nuts. Junior Snow. Fans are going nuts. Junior Snow is going after. Oh, he hits him. Junior Snow has acted as a revenge and struck the rear of the number 83. His rear end is cattywampus.
He tried to hide behind Jason Myers a bit, and he did. He did hide behind him, but he still got hit pretty hard from behind. The rear end does not look good from what I could see. The right rear looked awful on that number 83. We're dwindling laps down, though, so when we get down to it, this is going to be a green, white, checkered moment.
Dwindling down laps, just let's take care of something. Junior Snow has just been black flagged off of the racetrack. So Junior Snow right now is black flagged. His night will be done. The fans are on their feet right now. They are going nuts around the Madhouse. Junior Snow's night is done, but before it is, he got into the number 83 under caution.
Tim Brown is stopped. He's stopped.
And he's still going to go after him. Here he comes. Again, he strikes Tim Brown's car. He takes the left front tire and slams into it. Junior Snow says, "Don't mess with me." He did not like getting spun. We saw that a few years ago when Burt Myers took out Brandon Ward, and Brandon Ward exacted his revenge. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, took Burt Myers out of contention. Well, we just saw it again.
Window net down. Window net is down on the 83. Wow.
Make sure we have the replay of both impacts, please. Both impacts. We need the replay. Great job by the camera right there, swinging to what should be and could be your 2023 champion, Brandon Ward. Emotion overflowing here at the Madhouse in as much spectacular fashion as we have possibly ever seen at the Madhouse. Let's look at the replay. This is how Junior Snow exacted his revenge under caution from being taken out. He strikes the rear of Tim's car right now. Big damage to the right rear of that machine.
Look at the front bumper, how much
but huge damage to Tim Brown's
Yes.
right rear. That basically ended his night. And then the second contact put a stamp on it, because I think Tim Brown was honestly done, because the right rear of that car, the trailing arm, like, had to have been bent. Okay, you know, you saw that right rear was cattywampus on that number 83 machine. And that right there, folks, is why they call it the Madhouse. Tim Brown's being pushed off. Tim Brown's night is done. The fans are going nuts. Show the fans, show the fans, show the fans. There is Tim Brown's car being pushed off. He goes behind the field house. From hero to zero. Almost having a championship, and now the agony of defeat for the legendary driver of the number 83. This sets up a showdown, a green-white checker showdown to decide your race winner of the AG South Farm Credit 150 and your 2023 champion. Single file restart. All fans, they're not going to get on their seat. They're all standing up because some of them are shaking their heads saying, what did I just see? Well, what we're going to see is a green-white checker finish here. And folks, hold on to your hats, because it ain't over yet. Burt Myers fires off of turn number 4. Burt Myers, your race leader. Second place, and right now, he'd be your champion, Brandon Ward. The white flag waves at Bowman Gray Stadium. Coming down into the north turn goes the driver they call the Ace. Coming off, he'll have his 91st career win, but right behind him, for the first time ever, champion at Bowman Gray Stadium is short track veteran Brandon Ward. A night filled of spectacular moments and big-time drama, and the one to survive it all is that Q104.1 car and Brandon Ward, former competitor in the NASCAR Dash Series, does it. He is your NASCAR Advanced Auto Parts Weekly Racing Series track champion at Bowman Gray Stadium.
Going to receive congratulations from his team there, stopping at the pit entrance onto the track. Wow. Meanwhile, Burt Myers is going to take his victory lane lap around here. Going to take home his third win of the season in the modified division.
And there is Brandon Ward entering the football field at about the 50-yard line. This is your Advanced Auto Parts winning moment here on Flow Racing, your checkered flag moment for Burt Myers, your checkered flag moment, and a championship moment for Brandon Ward. A family man, a fierce competitor, and one heck of a competitor, one heck of a guy. Brandon Ward, KevinSaysYes.com, iHeartRadio, and here comes the New Day Motorsports team flooding to the infield, family running out. Burt Myers gets career win number 91 and is fourth in the modified 150, but tonight your champion, Brandon Ward, becomes the 24th driver in the history of the famed quarter mile to win a modified championship at Bowman Gray Stadium. The champion set to climb from his race car, the New Day Motorsports team, brand new PSR chassis, and they came out swinging this year. He becomes the 5th driver to ever be a winless champion at Bowman Gray Stadium. But the wins don't matter because they are the champions of 2023. 26 years, we've only had 4 different drivers win championships at Bowman Gray. Now he becomes the 5th. An elite list of race car drivers, a very rare thing to see somebody else, not named Miller or Myers or Tim Brown, win the title. And this career short tracker does it tonight. Throngs of media now out on the 50-yard line awaiting Brandon Ward, the biggest moment in his racing career. his 8th career win at Bowman Gray Stadium. Jeff Day, the entire crew around that car, family, friends, partaking in this special, special moment. Justin Taylor leaning in the car, great sportsman driver. My brother Bob Dillner down there. Jeff Amernick, the great media person, one of the great media members here at Bowman Gray Stadium. Jason Myers over to congratulate. Great show of sportsmanship for two rivals at Bowman Gray Stadium, showing what this place is all about. Great, fierce competition. Sometimes it's pretty. Sometimes it's ugly. Sometimes it's pretty ugly. Jacqueline Drake, I'm sure we're going to be talking about this one quite possibly for the rest of our careers and lives. What we witnessed tonight was spectacular, awe-inspiring, frightening at times, unexpected, controversial. I don't know what word we can best describe it.
Yeah, I always love to see what people tweet and reactions, and the one that I just saw was Bowman Grade, the most it's ever Bowman Grade tonight.
Pretty much.
Absolutely.
I think that's the best way to put it. You win, or whoever tweeted that wins.
It's
Zach Brewer,
essential.
here he comes, your 2023 track champion at Bowman Gray Stadium. It's Brandon Ward. Let's go down trackside right now. Randy Pulliam is down in victory. Oh, big hugs from the family right there. Great to see the Wards celebrating together with this New Day Motorsports team. Burt Myers is celebrating in victory lane. Let's go down to Randy Pulliam.
Brad's Golf Car Modified Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to Brandon Ward. Brandon, signing some autographs down here. Brandon, what a night. Got interesting there at the end, but things worked out in your favor. Congratulations on your first ever championship.
Well, thank you. It's nice to win the first one here. Man, it was a rough night, and we got beat up quite a bit there in the beginning, and I thought that was going to screw us up, and I swear I hate to see what happened to Tim there at the end. He was a good car. I'm just glad we had been able to fart our way back in front of him and get our spot we needed before that happened. But great job to this New Day Motorsports team. I can't thank Jeff Day and Kevin Powell enough for all they've done for me for all these years. And you know, we've won races over here and missed the championship by a few. This year we struggled at the beginning of the year. We kept getting the car better and better. Thanks to Will Spa and this entire team for that. And the last 4 weeks, we've been able to close that points gap back up. So, you know, I know kind of how Tim felt last year with the way when he won it. So, but, man, this was a hard-fought night. I thought at any given moment that me or Tim, either one, were out of it, and Chris had bad luck. So I think we all got beat up tonight, the three of us that were in the running for it. So just can't thank this team enough. Everybody that does so much for us. Foothill Ford and all the KP Enterprise companies that operate under the KevinSaysYes.com banner. PME Engines, PSR Race Cars, of course, iHeartRadio, iHeartMedia, Q104. Safe Day, Scott, I can't thank you enough for all you do for us. Colors Edge, Tim White, Racing Electronics, Domino's, Squeaky Clean Express, David E. Day, A1 Heating and Cooling by Markle, Precision Built Spindle, Don and Dee Stone. I don't think Don made it tonight, but I sure wish he was here. Can't thank him and Dee enough for all that they do for us. And, you know, Kenny Minter here works real hard on these race cars. And his dad lost his life in a race car several years ago at Caraway, and his birthday would have been earlier this week. So we want to wish Kenny Minter a happy birthday. And my man Julio, who's home, had some pretty extensive surgery. He was my spotter for a long time, and wishing him a speedy recovery. Lloyd Garner and Casey Kepley, both for the job they did on top of the tower this year spotting. And, man, just this entire group. Like I say, all these people that make this happen for us, I can't thank them enough.
Well, congratulations to you, Brandon. You now have title of Bowman Gray Champion. Congratulations, Brandon.
Oh, what a great moment. Randy Pulliam right there congratulating a great short track veteran and, somebody that personally means a lot to me in a way because my wife one time lost her job in motorsports, and one of the first people to call was Brandon Ward. He was driving Pro Cup Series back in the day, and he's just a gentleman racer. And there's Chris Williams giving him a hug right there in Victory Lane. But let's take a quick break. Your champion for 2023 in the Modifieds is Brandon Ward, but folks, we are not done. We're going to decide the tightest championship battle in the entire Bowman Gray Stadium pit area right now. The street stocks are next, and then the stadium stocks double points night. Titles on the line. You ain't seen nothing yet. We'll be back on Flow Racing.
You got this, Carlos!
Thanks, Advance.
Like Advance.
I'm the #1 fan of Advance Auto Parts, and I am here for the free battery test. Test! Test!
Wow,
test!
I guess you are a big fan.
I got season tickets.
This is how we advance.
Welcome back to NASCAR Advanced Auto Parts Weekly Series action here at the finale at Bowman Gray Stadium. We just witnessed quintessential Bowman Gray Stadium. Brandon Ward winning the championship in dramatic fashion when Tim Brown gets involved with an incident with Junior Snow. Then Junior Snow, under caution, exacted his revenge, eliminating Tim Brown from the championship. Brandon Ward is your champion. Here we go. The starting lineup for tonight's Street Stock 20-lapper. Let's give it to you real quick. Austin Jones, second place in points, starts on the pole in that Mountain Fried Chicken, number 24. To his outside, Evan Engelston from Rural Hall, North Carolina.
Starting in the second row inside from Walburg, North Carolina, it's the number 00 of Donnie Martin. And that outside from Winston-Salem, the number 0 of Kirk Sheets.
Starting fifth tonight, a new father. This is great to see him back. The driver of the U.S. Unlimited Services, number 06, it's Chase Lewis. Into the outside, fan favorite, the Motorsports on Main, Little Donuts, Autism Awareness, number 7, it's Zach Staley.
Fourth row inside from Kernersville, North Carolina, the number 23 of Jordan Atkins. And to the outside from Louisville, the number 21 of Wes Glasgow.
Starting ninth is car number 10, the Motorsports on Main machine. It's Craig Hartless. And on the outside from Kernersville, the number 25 Olympic Restaurant machine for Cooper Lowe.
Starting 11th position from Clemensville, the number 30 of Zachary Coger. And to that outside, the number 19 of Robbie White.
Starting 13th tonight, Kid Dynamite in the number 9 Velocita ALS machine. It's Kid Dynamite, Justin Cummins on the outside. Your third place man in points, the U.S. Unlimited Services, number 16, having to come from 14th. It's Daddy and Grandpa, new Grandpa, Brad Lewis.
Starting in 15th from Mocksville, North Carolina, it's the number 13 of Kevin Gilbert. And starting in 16th position from Trinity, North Carolina, he's your points leader and 4 wins this season. It's the number 1 of Christian Joyce.
Starting 17th, the 03, the Cowboy, the Davis Performance Machine, Cody Gum. David Creed starts 18th. Nick Wall will start 19th. And Emily Lewis in the Kokomo Fab machine, Aunt Emily, starts 20th. Brad Lewis mired back in the field, the number 16. He is third place in points. Your points leader starts 16th, the number 1 of Christian Joyce. He is 4 points ahead of Austin Jones, who's on the pole, and he's 8 points ahead of Brad Lewis. So Christian Joyce has a long way to go from the back of this field, but we've seen him do it before. The grandson of Pee Wee Jones starts from the point tonight. For the law offices of John Barrow Street Stocks, Jones to the pedal first. Green flag is out, and we're street stock racing. Big contact, Austin Jones in trouble there. Sparks coming from the number 24. Your second place points man is in trouble down the back straightaway. Showering sparks into the south to the north turn. Oh, he's done. Austin Jones. Yellow flag is out. Lap number 1, and that might be the end of the night for one of your points contenders in one of the hotly contested points battles at Bowman Gray. Watching the number 24 of Austin Jones. Watching the 24 of Austin Jones as he's hustling his way, trying to get back to pit road. Damage on the right front, hopefully just a flat tire. He can maybe regain his spot at the back of this field and try to come back up front. You never know what's going to happen. We learned that in the last race. Oh boy, only took 1 lap for the points battle to get flip turn upside down. Here comes the Flow Racing replay right here on the start. You see Austin Jones making some contact right there. Evan Engelston, actually, that isn't Evan Engelston on the outside. That is Kirk Sheets, who slid up a row, coming down and making contact with Austin Jones. That gave the Jones number 24, the Mountain Fried Chicken car, a right front flat. And Jones just hanging on for dear life on the outside. Can't get the car turned and pounds the outside retaining wall here. Probably a little bit more damage right there as well. We'll see if the 24 rejoins the field here shortly. Well, let's kind of show you what we're looking at points-wise, okay? We were talking about this points battle because 2 weeks ago, the top 3 were tied in points. Then Christian Joyce won a race and padded it out. Well, look at this. Christian Joyce, the number 1, only up by 4, okay? Austin Jones, who just went behind the wall, was in second place. Brad Lewis right there, 8 points back. So that's the battle on the field right now on the track is the 16 that just went by and the silver and blue number 1 that just went by the camera. That's your points battle right now, and we're still awaiting to see if Austin Jones will rejoin this field.
Yeah, quite tight points battle. As you mentioned, we joked about it right before this race came onto the track, but we thought the modifieds are close. This
is the closest all year long.
Yeah, and it's been that way throughout all of the racing this season. A lot of really strong competitors throughout here, and we're looking at
the number 16 right there,
yep.
Brad Lewis. He was second place in points if they finish the race right now. 16 and there is Brad Lewis right now. Brand new grandfather times 2 last week. So having 2 grandchildren, and Zane, his grandson, 8 days old. Taylor Robbins and Chase Lewis had their baby, Zane, and he was here at the racetrack, Bowman Gray Stadium, 8 days old, and the new generation of the Lewis family was here. And now Grandpa goes for the championship, and right now that's your points leader, Christian Joyce, the top gun of this division this year, the hot rod barn hero in that number 1 car. Atlanta Braves fan and a heck of a wheelman. The clear favorite coming into the season for the championship, and he has proven his gusto. Oh, guess what, folks? The 24 has hit the track. Austin Jones, don't count him out. He's not done yet.
1 lap into the book on the Street Stock Division feature event. We have 20 laps is the distance here, so we have 19 to go, which isn't a long time here at Bowman Gray. Things tick off pretty quickly here on this short track, as it looks like we've got the field set, and they're going to get the 1 to go. So we're going to go
they've already have. So they're going
file.
back to green right here, single file restart. Donnie Moose Martin will lead him to the green here, Jacqueline. Chase Lewis right to the backside of the 00. Green flag is back out. The Moose leads him into the south turn. Second place is Lewis. Third place is Jordan Atkins, your Safe Light Auto Repair most popular driver, with one of the best runs she's had in the Street Stock Division. But now the battle for the lead is on. The Moose drifts up high. Here comes Chase Lewis, brand new daddy to the bottom in that 06. To the inside goes Lewis, the forward Carolina Thunderbirds left wing goes to the front, battling for the lead into the north turn.
Wow, played a little bit of chicken there. Actually seemed to turn to the right just a little bit and scare off Donnie. Donnie's going to give him a shot from behind, though, as they head into turns 1 and 2. That's going to stack up our 3rd place and 4th place competitors behind them.
Oh, we got a yellow flag out. Robbie White, the rookie competitor, has big damage on the right front of his car into turn number 1. His night is done. Show the car sparking in turn 1. There you go. Robbie White. You know what I love about Robbie White, and this sucks for him right now. Let's just say that, okay? This is not the way you want to end your season, but Robbie White, a few years ago, was a fan. Sitting here in the grandstands at Bowman Gray Stadium. He's raced other things like go-karts and whatnot, but he was a fan sitting here watching these races, and now he joined the Street Stock ranks in that number 19. Great to see him out here every week as he takes a trip across the football field. I don't know where he's going. Robbie White, where is he going?
Getting turned around.
I think he might be ticked off at somebody, and it might be the driver of that 24. They're telling him to get off the track, and he does so. Really good move there by Robbie White to do so, to control his temper. Robbie White, his wife, works on the car with him. It's basically a 2-person crew right there. It's great to see a husband, girlfriend. I'm sorry, Robbie. You know, you'll think that's funny, actually. After the
if she's
discussion we
working
had.
on the race
She
car,
wants
she
the
needs
ring.
to be a wife then.
She does want the ring. But
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, he was telling me today she wants to race. So he might let her drive the Street Stock next year, and he's thinking about moving up to the sportsman ranks. That's a cool
That's
story.
actually a great idea. You know what? I think he should just
He should get the ring, though.
put the ring on the race car, and you get both.
If you want the Street Stock, you better put a ring on it. If you want the sportsman, put a ring on it. Yeah, and oh yeah, that's right. And they're expecting their first child. Yeah, that's awesome. All right, here we go. Lights are out on the pace car. We're giving you personal details about drivers, but, hey, we love all the competitors here at Bowman Gray Stadium. They are a family to us. And speaking of family, the Lewis family right now fighting for a championship. And young Chase Lewis on the point here for this restart. He's a new daddy. Moose Martin to his tail, fires off first. Chase Lewis, the Moose, Jordan Atkins, and here comes Zach Staley sliding in through the grass for position number 3. And, trouble on the front stretch. Craig Hartless's car is peeled open like a can opener. Sheet metal is going everywhere. Oh, my gosh.
Poor Craig Hartless. Every time I see him, he gets caught up in something.
Tea Time.
Look at that. Wow,
Tea Time
so much
Sports
damage.
and Spirits getting a good little TV time there. Jacqueline, Tea Time Sports and Spirits on Tuesday night. If you're a Bowman Gray fan, go to Tea Time Sports and Spirits in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Chris Carter, the announcer here, is having his big podcast and radio show. A bunch of Bowman Gray drivers will be there. I'm going to be there.
This Tuesday?
This Tuesday night, Tea Time Sports and Spirits. So let's see a replay here of what happened to Kendall Craig Hartless from our speed shot. You see the fan patiently awaiting there what's going to happen. It's hard to see because it's a little bit in the distance, but at least we got some sort of camera on it. And right there, Kendall Craig Hartless in the distance. Whoa, he gets just struck hard. I don't know by who. All right, well, guess what? We're getting back to 1 to go. Hurry up offense here by the track officials. I gotta love that. Chase Lewis in front of the Moose. 3rd place, fan favorite Zach Staley and the Autism Awareness number 7. They fire on the gas. 4 laps on the board. 20-lap feature for the street stocks. Here comes Zach Staley. Zach Staley moves to the 2nd position. Zach Staley underneath the Moose, give him the spot going into the north turn. Now the battle is on behind them. The championship battle is on right behind him. There's Brad Lewis, the number 16 black and orange machine. Christian Joyce right behind him. That is the battle for 4th. As it stands right now, Christian Joyce would be your champion.
Side by side right here, you're seeing the leader on your right-hand side. That's the 06 of Chase Lewis with Zach Staley behind him. And then on your left-hand side, this is the championship battle that we're following. Caution flag is out. We've got cars stopped in turn 3.
Kirk Sheets, David Creed in the Creed Transmissions car. Cooper Lowe is involved, as well as Wes Glasgow in the north turn. Big trouble there and a parking jam as they all now drive away. There's Cooper Lowe backing his 25 up. Cooper Lowe has some really cool T-shirts. Yeah. 25 Cooper Lowe has some really cool T-shirts. I just saw him today for the first time, and I was like, man, dude, you got some cool cool shirts, man. He said his wife designed them for him. I was like, that's cool. Your wife designs T-shirts? I kind of like that. 25. There is look at the little fans right there to the left side of your screen on Flow Racing. They are having them a good night right there. Wait until they get a load of this Kendall Craig Hartless car going by. Look, they can see the driver in that car. There's no sheet metal on the right side.
Wow, look at all the fans that are here. It is almost 11 o'clock in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and this track is continued to be packed out.
This is awesome. This is just so cool. Everything about tonight has been electric. This is a night that I'll never forget for the rest of my life. Just blessed to be even up here with NASCAR Roots, calling the action on Flow Racing. I don't take this opportunity for granted because I was a guy that sat in the grandstands here with my family my friends at first. You know, I'd take off Cup weekends when I was working in Cup just to be here at the Madhouse because I knew just how special this place was when I first came here. And now getting to be here and calling the action right up in that tower that you see right there with Jacqueline Drake and so many fine people here is a thrill that, you know, I don't care if I do it for 10 years or this is the last year. I'll always appreciate the opportunity to call places that my favorite place on God's green earth.
Oh, well, I'm glad to do it right beside you, Matt. And on that last incident we just had, the number 24, Austin Jones, gained 3 spots due to the little pileup we had over in turn 3. So
you're
benefits.
saying there's a chance.
That's a benefit.
Well, right now your points contenders are 4th, 5th, and 8th, okay? Christian Joyce is your points leader. The number 16 that's right in front of him needs to finish 3 spots ahead of Christian Joyce in the number 1. So as long as Christian Joyce keeps it right there, he's got this title. Chase Lewis to the green flag. Zach Staley to his back bumper, gives him a little nudge, suggests his way by, give the lead to Zach Staley. Now behind them, the points battle is on. Brad Lewis moves into the 3rd position, mirroring his every move as the driver of the number 1. Spin for Kurt Sheets. He's stopped in turn number 1.
Yeah, another caution flag is going to fly. They brought out the caution, though, before they got to the start-finish line, so I wonder they'll go back to Chase Lewis now as your leader, or they'll give that to Zach.
Yeah, Zach will still have it, so.
Gonna hit halfway here. We're now 10 laps in the books, 10 to go.
Look at Zach. Zach Staley right now.
He's rounding them
If
up.
we could get a camera on our leader, he is waving his arm out the window at the race fans. This is a showman, okay? If short track racing had a bad boy that might be a villain, but is also the fan favorite, I'd say this guy would be in the top 3 in all of American motorsports.
That is a fan favorite villain.
Yes,
that's
it's
what
the
you're
coolest
saying.
thing ever. This guy's got, okay, if you can't really see it here, but he's got an open face helmet, a giant beard, and he's smoking a cigarette in that car. He literally is sitting there. Look, he's got his hand. He's smoking a cigarette.
Is the cigarette in his hand right now?
Probably.
I
Hopefully
think
it doesn't
so.
blow out. But Zach Staley's got an open face helmet, smoking a cig, and 1 to go here. But a heart of gold. That race car is signed by hundreds of racing fans that come to the pit area after the races. Also, races for autism awareness. You see the puzzle pieces on that number 7. Halfway down in this 20-lap feature finale for the law offices of John Barrow Street Stock Division. Coming to the green. Street stocks are back underway. We still have a half a race to go and a championship to decide. Zach Staley, your leader. Chase Lewis in 2nd. Father Brad Lewis trying for a championship in 3rd. That's your points battle on your screen right now. Chase Lewis in 2nd. Brad Lewis in 3rd. Here comes Christian Joyce to the bottom. Your points leader is going for the position. He doesn't want to finish in his tire tracks. He wants a win. Here comes the Hot Rod Barn hero to the inside.
Tiptoeing.
Respectful racing here at the stadium by these great street stock competitors, leaning on each other ever so slightly, dancing throughout the south turn. Little bit of contact there, no harm, no foul.
Nice work by Christian Joyce getting around him. Now sitting in 3rd place position, battling not only for position, but for a championship. Meanwhile, Zach Staley continuing to lead this field over Chase Lewis.
Right now, if it ended, Christian Joyce would be your track champion in the street stock division. 5 laps to go. 4 laps to go this time by. Zach Staley is in the lead, but don't look now. Chase Lewis has cast out his rod, and he is reeling in your leader. The battle is on for the lead at Bowman Gray Stadium. 3 laps to go. Can Zach Staley hang on? Chase Lewis reeling him in that 06, the U.S. Unlimited Services machine. The new daddy trying to get a checkered flag for his 8-day-old son.
With only a handful of laps, though, they have lap traffic in front of them. We'll see if this is going to affect it. We've got a split screen now. Battle for the lead on your right side, and it looks like Zach Staley lost a lot of momentum there in turn 4.
White flag is out. One more trip around for Zach Staley. Here he comes. Lap traffic ahead. Well, pay no mind. The back bumper comes the 06. But Zach Staley, with his arm out the window, is your winner, and your champion for 2023 is Christian Joyce. The Hot Rod Barn hero gets it done for his first ever Bowman Gray Stadium Track Championship.
Hand out the window in turns 3 and 4. I thought for a second Chase Lewis was going to get him so loose because he only was doing it with one hand.
This is great to see the sportsmanship here between these 2 great race car drivers right here, isn't it, Jacqueline?
Yeah, it really is. I love to see the competitors supporting one another. And right here we have this checkered flag moment is brought to you by Advanced Auto Parts. Your winner, the number 7 of Zach Staley.
Fan favorite. Watch these fans cheer as this driver goes around this track, folks. Zach Staley, big beard, cigarette hanging out of his mouth right now. Nobody does it with more pizzazz than the driver of that number 7 from Lexington, North Carolina. He's a motorcycle dude, big heart, loves the race fans. He's stopping on the back straightaway now. You see a look right there at that open face helmet. Here comes Zach Staley. He's going to get out of his car. Here we go. Zach Staley has climbed from his race car. This is an awesome moment here. He's getting on Evan Ingleton's car. And he gives a bow to the race fans here at Bowman Gray Stadium. That guy is old school cool right here. Look at this. He's going to take a victory lap on Evan Ingleton's car. This is crazy here. Look at this. Zach Staley, one of the greatest characters to ever grace the Madhouse, is taking one of the most unusual victory laps of all time. Now your champion in turn number 1 is burning them down. Christian Joyce celebrates your 2023 Street Stock champion.
Wow.
This victory lap is the greatest thing I've ever seen. Zach Staley.
Where is he at?
He's on Evan Ingleton's car. Okay, and now your champion's doing donuts. And look at him. He's waving to the crowd. Zach Staley is the man. And here's Christian Joyce doing his victory donuts here as the champion. An Atlanta Braves fan, and I'll tell you, great history of this car right here. Sumner's driving it. David Sumner's the number 1, such a beloved race car here for so many years. Christian Joyce becomes the 35th driver to win a Street Stock championship at Bowman Gray Stadium. And career win number 2 for the most colorful of characters. Zach Staley is pumping up this crowd. This is going to be an epic interview here, folks. So let's go down to victory lane now to Randy Pulliam, your winner, Zach Staley, your champion, Christian Joyce, who's on the roof.
Christian, congratulations on the championship. We're under some time constraints, but I know you want to thank your sponsors, Christian.
Oh, I don't even know where to start. Peter's Auto Mall, Highfield Enterprises and Dumpsters, Dylan's Landscaping, David Sumner for everything, True Roof, BK Auto, Tony and Ashley, Precision, Alan Hinkle, High Point Body and Paint, Chris and Sherrill, the Hot Rod Barn, Serenity Pet Cremations, A&M Crane, my beautiful wife, and my family. I can't believe it.
Christian getting congratulations from Chase Robinson. Christian, how does it feel? You are now a Bowman Gray Stadium champion. Congratulations, Christian Joyce.
I'm speechless. Speechless.
Congratulations once again. We're going to have a quick word with Zach Staley. Excuse me, I'm sorry. We're going to have a quick word with Zach Staley, waving the checkers. Zach Staley getting some hugs. We will try our best to get a word with him briefly. We are under some time constraints. Zach, you were waving to the crowd on that last lap. You had it. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you. This all was for KJ tonight. I know everybody didn't like him and some people loved him, but we finished out something he couldn't. And this other one is for Gray. I love you, dude.
I know you want to thank your sponsor, Zach.
I got a lot. Motorsports on Main, Privacy Fence Solution, Todd's Tire, Lexington Tire and Automotive, Action Friction Hole and Skating Rink, Colby's Home Roof and Repair, the Dispensary Care Alternative, Sykes Metal Roofing, Castle House Furniture, Hill Built It Furniture, Little Donuts, if y'all got the donuts tonight, shout out to him. Jones Auto Works, Swings Race Cars. Who else? I got 30 of them. Bauer Insurance, Nelson Motors, Twin City Synthetics, Zip Loan, Eric McGolrick, Realty. Who else? I don't know. If I forgot anybody, I'm sorry, but I love y'all.
Congratulations, Zach Staley, the winner of the 20th lap of the Williamson John Bauer Street Stock Series.
Zach Staley, your popular winner tonight, doing it for KJ Stimpson. Zach Staley, your winner, his second career Bowman Gray Stadium win. He won a few weeks ago, but just kind of bypassed tech, so we'll see if that happens again tonight. But Christian Joyce, your track champion here. Big congrats out to his kids, Kaylin and Lane, that whole entire family, the Hot Rod Barn gang there, of course, High Point Auto Body and Paint. Great driver and a great person. He is your track champion. Let's take a quick break. We got the Buzz Bombers coming up next to decide their championship. One last race at Bowman Gray. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? The Buzz Bombers have entered the arena. One last race. 18 cars to decide your 2023 champion. Let's give you the starting lineup before we get ready here for the Stadium Stock 15-lapper. Starting on the pole in the Gonzalez HVAC number 40 from Puffdown, North Carolina, it's Kenny Dixon. On the outside in the budget blinds, Big Daddy's Concrete Finishing number 74, it's Matt Alley.
Starting second row inside from Midway, North Carolina, it's the number 8 of Steven Sanders. Into the outside from Winston-Salem, he's the 2022 champion, currently sitting P2 in points. 5 wins this season. The number 43, it's Brandon Brindle.
Starting fifth in the Ty Singers Lawn Care, number 27 from Tobaccoville, North Carolina. It's Austin Cates. To his outside in the Black Sand Company. MB Sparks, number 54 from Walkertown. It's Justin Owens.
Starting in row number 4 from Yadkinville, North Carolina. He has one win this year. The number 59 of Isaac Harris. And at the outside from King, North Carolina, it's the number 14. It's Ken Bridges.
Little Donuts fans, your guy is starting ninth tonight from Lexington, North Carolina, the 5-time winner this year. It's the 81 of Chuck Wall. To the outside, the great from Moxville, North Carolina, the Jerry Hunt Supercenter, number 24, the great A.J. Sanders.
Starting in 13th position on the inside from Winston-Salem, it's the number 25 of Matt Goodwin.
26 of Ricky Wall.
Oh, the number 11 from
Teammates.
East Bend. Yes.
Teammates.
Ricky Wall. And to that outside from Moxville, North Carolina, you have James Allen. Number 2 of James Allen.
James Allison starts 12th. Starting 13th, the number 25 from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. The Peace Out Vapes machine, that's Matt Goodwin. The teammates, it's easy to see those cars and get them switched up, Jacqueline. It's okay. Starting 14th tonight in the Ellis Cart Pond, number 60. Oh, folks, it's the Stubby Stang. It's Brad Michalowski.
The Stubby Stang. And starting 15th tonight in row number 8 from King, North Carolina, it's the number 69 of Brandon Krotz. And it outside from Lexington, North Carolina, one win to his name this year. It's the number 16. It's Blaine Curry.
The last row for tonight's race consists of the driver from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. In the number 18, it's Billy Andrews. And to the outside, the Cotton Candy Machine. Folks, making his return behind the wheel of the number 46, fan favorite, Wyatt Sapp. Jacqueline, are you ready? The Buzz Bombers.
I'm ready.
Let's look at the points, if we can get the points here, because right there is your points leader, the number 24, the legendary driver of that 24, A.J. Sanders. And A.J. Sanders has a healthy points lead, 20 points over Brandon Lee Brendel, who has been red hot in the Stadium Stock Division. Chuck Wall is, well, I think he's pretty much out of it here. We do have, other cars. Of course, Blaine Curry is mathematically eligible, but I think it's a 2-horse race. So we already have a mosquito killer out there. The number 27 of Austin Cates is smoking, and now he's pulling off into the infield grass here in turn number 1 and turn number 2 right there. The Tysingers Lawn Care machine is pulled into the lawn, and it looks like he might have a little bit of a fire underneath the hood of that machine. The safety crew right now looking at the number 27 car. Cates and his brother competing regularly here in this division throughout 2023. The Cates boys. Oh, no, he's got it refired. He says, no,
All right.
no Midway Mobile Storage gator needed. I'm back.
Maybe they put oil in it and just burn it off, or I don't know, maybe there's a drip, but I don't know. I don't see any oil on the track, so.
Well, it's smoking.
Yeah.
We'll just call him Smoky Cates. Anyway, back up to the 24. That right there is a legend, and there is the guy chasing him in points, the number 43 of Brendan Lee Brendel. Probably the hottest car in this division right now, with 5 wins on the season, the driver of that 43, former champion of this division. Starting on the outside right there of Steven Sanders, AJ's son. Lights are out on top of the modern Chevrolet Blazer Pace vehicle.
We've got a discrepancy here, though, on starting position.
Well, Austin Cates is trying to get his spot back. And, Isaac Harris it is. Yep, the red, white, and blue car is not letting him. We're going back to caution. They're telling now he just takes off Isaac Harris's bumper. And, yeah, fender, too. I mean, I want the spot. I'm going to get it. And Isaac Harris didn't give it to him, and it just cost him a nose and a fender. Well, quintessential Bowman Gray, as we say. This is going to be an interesting start, let's just say.
15 laps is the scheduled distance for this Stadium Stock feature event race this evening.
Here we go. The mayor of Pufftown leads into green. 15 laps, 15-minute time limit, deciding the championship. The Buzz Bombers, the Stadium Stocks are green. The Q104.1 Stadium Stockers are underway.
Kenny Dixon, man, fired off right there, going to lead this field, followed by Steven Sanders in second place. We've got a Hornet's Nest, though, right behind him.
Well, the points leader is on the outside, 3 wide right there. Cates' car is moving up. AJ Sanders is in trouble right there. He gets to the backside now, gets to the bottom of the number 27, out of harm's way. Tense moments for your points leader. Right now, Brendan Lee Brendel has to finish 5 spots ahead of AJ Sanders, and right now he would have the championship. He is going for the second position right now underneath Steven Sanders. Side by side, they go through the north turn. Give Brendan Lee Brendel the second spot. AJ Sanders has some work to do. Steven Sanders gets into the 43. Now the crossover. Underneath him he goes. Side by side down into the north turn. Wyatt Sapp's car slow on the inside. Caution flag.
Oh, man. Thought they were going to hit Wyatt Sapp. Luckily able to avoid him. Looks like he's going to need help getting off this track as the window net's going to come down.
Yeah, Wyatt Sapp looks like he is done for the night. Hate to see that. Wyatt Sapp hurt his hand several weeks ago, has been out of the seat. Tyler Busch won a race in that car. Luke Smith didn't make any friends in that car last week. The Cotton Candy Machine. Looks like he told me today that he's looking to sell that car. So that's a Sanders racing car. Trying to sell the car. He might take a year off. I hate that because this is a talented young race car driver that I don't want to see step away from the seat.
Man,
I think he just Sterling Marlin did.
He gets in and out so fast.
He's stealth.
Right?
He's a stealth for a.
Look how quickly he got in there.
I mean, great job, Wyatt. Wyatt, this is our plea to you on Flow Racing. Don't step away from racing. The stadium needs you. You're one of the young rising stars at the Stadium Stock Division. He's got the Cotton Candy Machine.
Did he stop because
he stopped to get
of the hood?
No.
It was weird.
Something's wrong in that car. I mean, thank you, Captain Obvious Dillner. But anyway, your leader right now, Kenny Dixon, 4 laps into this contest. Second place right now, Brendan Lee Brendel. Third place, Steven Sanders, Isaac Harris, Chuck Wall, Matt Alley. So 1, 2, 3, 4 spots behind is AJ Sanders. So right now, AJ Sanders would have the championship, it looks like. They would be tied, which Brendan Lee Brendel would actually then get the championship based off of 5 wins to 3 for AJ Sanders. So right now they'd be tied. So the number 43, the white number 43, who's in second position, he's in control here in front of him, but AJ Sanders just needs to make up a spot or two, and he could have the track championship for his 4th time. Green flag is back out. Brendan Lee Brendel wasting no time, making quick work of Kenny Dixon. Here comes Steven Sanders to the bottom. He wants the second position. Isaac Harris muscles his nose into the fray as well.
I felt like Kenny Dixon was sleeping there just a little bit. He's fallen back quite a bit now to the outside, or maybe something's broke on that number 40 now, has fallen back to 6th place. But oh, look at that number 43 of Brandon Brendel. Man, completely pulling away. And here we go. We got a battle right now. This is the battle for the championship. AJ Sanders looking to get by Chuck Wall.
Right now, AJ Sanders would be the champion, the way it sits on the track. He is in the 5th position. Your leader right now is Brendan Lee Brendel, but right now, AJ Sanders sitting in the 5th position would be your champion. Here comes Isaac Harris to the bottom of Steven Sanders. Isaac Harris making a clean and textbook Bowman Gray Stadium move. Sliding up the track is Steven Sanders. He's going to file in behind his father. Give another spot to the number 24. Harris right now leading Chuck Wall for that 2nd position. That's the battle on the track as Brendan Lee Brendel on the right side of your screen in the white 43 sets sail at the front of this field. 9 laps in, we have a caution. Caution flag is out. The Stubby Stang, the Ellis Carp Pond, number 60. Brad Michalowski has spun. It says on the back of the car too, ain't no rest for the wicked, and money don't grow on trees.
Oh!
He is not happy with Blaine Curry. The Stubby Stang is trying to go after the driver, the number 60. Blaine Curry speeds around the track right now, trying to avoid any further contact. Here comes Michalowski, not happy. Obviously some contact between those two. The pace car used as a pick.
That's actually a really good idea.
I mean, that's some
hide
football
behind the
move
pace
by
car,
Blaine
right?
Curry. Smart move by Blaine Curry.
It really is.
Michalowski not happy. That's a very improved driver this year, is Brad Michalowski. You see some damage on the left side of that car, and possibly for how Blaine Curry maybe got into him.
Well, now they've got the number 16 stopped.
This is going to be interesting. He's going to just get his spot back right there behind Matt Alley, the number 74. Blaine Curry, the second-generation superstar here in the stadium stock ranks, and there's Brad Michalowski's number 60.
We've had a lot of action tonight happen over in turn 3, and there's a track official that stands right at that corner. I've been watching him anytime someone goes by that's really heated, and he's like giving him the calm down motion with his hands, like calm down.
Great job.
It's okay.
There's the 16, the inverse number of what his father ran here, so legendary in the Stadium Stock Wars. Charlie Curry drove a 61. Nine laps on the board, 15-lap feature. This is the ending of your night here at Bowman Gray Stadium. Action. Brad Michalowski talking earlier today to Justin Mincy about possibly going back dirt racing. We'd hate to see that because Michalowski's really a very improved race car driver here throughout the season. 1 to go. We're coming to 1 to go. We should see the lights on this pace car go out. Is that a number 1 or like don't do anything? No.
Could go either way.
Brendan Lee Brendel will lead him to green here around the north turn. This will be the close of your NASCAR Advanced Auto Parts Weekly Series action here at Bowman Gray Stadium for 2023. Green flag is back out. Brendan Lee Brendel. Is your leader. Isaac Harrison second. Chuck Wall in third position. Chuck Wall with 5 wins on the season. 5 to go. There's Blaine Curry's car peeled open. 5 laps to go. The battle is on for second place right now. Chuck Wall to the backside of Isaac Harris's red, white, and blue number 59. Following in tow right now, your points leader and would-be champion, A.J. Sanders. Sanders kind of peeking down low behind Wall.
Chuck Wall continuing to try to close that gap between him and the number 59. Does so just a little bit, but the 59 pulls away from him there on the back straightaway as they go into turns 3 and 4, sliding out on the exit.
Isaac Harris, clearly the most improved driver, this young man in this field this year. Really wrestling some great, oh wait, we got a caution right here. It looks like it is the number 26 of Ricky Wall. Ricky Wall spins around in that number 26.
Only 2 laps, 1 lap. 1 lap left to go in this feature event. Brandon Brindle.
Smoking. He's smoking. The ever-ready mixed concrete machine looks like it's probably done, Jacqueline. The team car to Matt Goodwin.
Mm-hmm.
Ricky Wall spots also for other competitors. So not just a race car driver, he's also a veteran, a proud veteran who
I love that.
flies that flag, and he invites other veterans to come down to his car to sign. If you're a veteran or a family of a veteran, he likes people to come down and sign the hood of his race car. Ricky's a great guy. There's Eveready Mixed Concrete on the TV panel of that puppy. There's AJ Sanders' car, one of the most famous mini stocks in this region. Legendary race car driver. Started his career, well, he ran late models. This guy raced at places like Concord Speedway, you know, in various late model tracks in the Carolinas. But now, later in his career, is best known as the king of the mini stocks in the Carolinas. He's won races North, South Carolina. You hold a race in Alaska, if there's a mini stock race, this guy is going to win it because he's one of the greatest of all time. There is weekly racing from Alaska, so I think he should go to Alaska, Matt
tonight.
And
it's still
happening
going
right
on.
Now. He can leave here and maybe make it back, but
NASCAR Weekly Advanced Auto Parts Series racing from Alaska happens every single week right here on Flow Racing, amongst many others.
Over 400 career wins, 20 championships. Wow. Justin Mincy coming in hot, like Andy Mineo right there with the stats. But a little Mineo style right there, brother. But this guy could get it done clear as day. He is the most winningest driver in the stadium stocks at Bowman Gray Stadium. 59 career wins. Nobody's won more.
As I say, is he the most winningest driver of the stadium of all time?
Oh, stadium stocks.
No.
The most winning of all time.
No, I'm saying of all time.
No, all time is a tie between Jimmy Johnson, the sportsman great, with 98 wins, and Tim Brown with 98 wins. That is the most wins ever here at Bowman Gray Stadium. But A.J. Sanders going for the milestone, possible 60th win maybe tonight if he could get it done. But he's going for that championship right now. And Brendan Lee Brendel is doing what he needs to do by leading this field. Green and white together. 1/4 mile trip to decide the fate of who will be the winner and who will be the champion at Bowman Gray Stadium. Brendan Lee Brendel is going to come around turn number 4, your top gun with the most wins in the stadium stock. He gets it done for the checkered flag, and your champion for 2023 is the great A.J. Sanders. Oh, some craziness after the race. The 60th Michalowski is going after Blaine Curry. And right now, amongst that craziness in the infield goes the donuts for your champion, A.J. Sanders. A.J. Sanders has weathered so much in his career. A long short track career. He's had heart attacks before. This is a guy that's had health problems. We didn't know how long he'd be racing here, but he is still getting it done and at an incredible rate. And right now we're seeing him. This is your Advanced Auto Parts checkered flag moment. Your champion pulling up to the wall here on the front stretch, about to burn it down. A.J. Sanders, his 4th Bowman Gray Stadium championship, now ties Chuck Wall with the most stadium stock championships all time here at Bowman Gray Stadium. Brendan Lee Brendel, win 30, ties Chuck Wall for 5th on that all-time list. Great observation there, Justin Mincy. Brendan Lee Brendel now pulls into victory lane to grab the checkered flag and take, well, he's not going to take a victory lap, it looks like. A.J. Sanders, his crew, his son, who spots for him, rushing out there. Steven Sanders pulled in the infield with him. let's go down to Victory Lane. Randy Pulliam has your winner, Brandon Lee Brendel in Victory Lane.
I'm proud of our season. 6 wins is still impressive to me. I'm happy with how it ended up.
I know you want to thank your sponsors.
Yeah, I want to thank Todd Barnhart with Infinity Insurance Group. Thank him for everything, him and his family. Ben Benninger with LSX Salvage. Brad Smith with Velocity USA. And my crew, Dylan, Dustin, Bobby Sapp. Without them, I couldn't do it.
Congratulations to Brandon Brendel. He's going over to the Carolina Wood Floors Winner's Circle to pick up the winner's trophy from Christina Craddock of Ag South Farm Credit. We're going to get over here now and have a word with the man who successfully defended his Stadium Stock Championship, A.J. Sanders. A.J., you successfully defended 2nd in a row, 4th overall. Congratulations.
Thank you. This wouldn't be possible without the good Lord above, of course. He kept us safe all year. The car, thank God, never had no kind of mechanical failures. Pretty much everybody run us clean all year. Congratulations to Brandon on 6 wins. I've just tried to ride right there at the end. I wasn't going to get in that battle with Chuck and Isaac Harris up there. But, I got the best people in the world. I got the best spotter, my son, Blaze Sanders, my wife and him. She was worried to death. My sister that supports me every week. My whole family, friends, just like this little man here got the poster he made for me. This is what it's about, kids and these fans. Whether you like me or not, I like you because if you weren't here, we couldn't be doing it. So, and my sponsors, Amanda Tucker, the big supporter, Carolina Trad Choice Realty. Tommy with Twin City Towing. God, I'm so happy I can't hardly even think. Lacaretta's, Jerry Hunt Super Center, Todd Hunt. Congratulations on 2 back-to-back, 4 total. He's been with me a lot. Wade Interiors, what a guy. Him and his little boy down here somewhere. I don't know where little Wade is, but Paris Tire come on board this year. Thank them. Scott's Wires for good wires. NGI Graphics for wrapping this thing. Clifton Plumbing. VDL carburetors, Dan and them for a great carburetor that never missed a lick. And then there's a lot of people behind the scene that helps me, gives me a little bit of money. Got to thank them. But like I say, it's been one hell of a year.
Well, congratulations, AJ, the champion once again in the Q104.1 Stadium Stock Series. Your 2023 champion is A.J. Sanders.
A.J. Sanders, your 2023 champion, 4th time ever for the great, the master of the mini stocks. Folks, what a night here at Bowman Gray Stadium. I'm Matthew Dillner, Jacqueline Drake, and our hardworking crew here joining us tonight. Jacqueline, I've got to ask you the question I ask every week. It's my favorite question to ask. What's your takeaway from night, the 1094th edition?
Well, there's a lot that happened tonight, a lot of fireworks that happened on the track. But I think one of the coolest takeaways is the fact that this evening we crowned 3 first-time champions ever here at Bowman Gray in the 75 history of this facility. In the sportsman division, Chase Robertson, first-time champion. The modifieds, Brandon Ward, an emotional but well-earned first-time championship there. And the street stocks, Christian Joyce, also taking home his first championship here at Bowman Gray. What about you, Matt? What was your biggest takeaway from tonight?
The lesson. That's all I'll say. The lesson. Okay, we learned a lesson here years ago when Burt Myers had a championship pretty much locked up 2 years ago. And he made contact with Brandon Ward. spun him around. Under caution, Brandon Ward came up and wrecked Burt Myers and ended his title fight. Tonight, we saw a repeat in history. Tim Brown didn't need to make contact with Junior Snow. He had the title in his grasp. He could have moved him out of the way. He made enough contact to spin around the 51. Right or wrong, the bumper happened and the 51 went around. That is fact. Guess what? It came around to bite him in the butt because Junior Snow exacted his revenge. History repeated with just different players in the game. That's the law of Bowman Gray Stadium. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. You like it or not, that's the Madhouse. And the guy that has more championships than any lost one tonight by way of his front bumper. That's my takeaway.
Well, that was a beefy takeaway. I love it. I love to hear your perspective. It's been so interesting to be alongside you and all of your knowledge when it comes to the stadium, but also working with everybody here on Flow Racing every single week this year. They have been a extremely hardworking crew.
Let's thank them. Let's shout them out because Letty Kavlin is up there, our camera person, Hurricane Herrera, Jacqueline Yu, Justin Mincy, who finally is back in the booth with us tonight, Lucas Kaler, Quentin, Q right there, Matt Strickert, Mike Zylak, Alex the engineer. Oh, what's up, Alex? Hope, who's been with us so much this year. Everybody here, you mentioned it right here, of our hard-working crew. And thank you so much for Amy, everybody involved, everybody that's been a part of this crew. A tip of the cap to you, but also a tip of the cap to Bowman Gray Stadium. The people behind the scenes here, from Star Clifton, who gives us our lineups every week, to the people that work up here in the tower that are so accommodating to us, Dale Pinellas, Gray Garrison, the generations here, Jonathan Hawkins, Lauren Pinellas, so many people here that make this place tick inside and out, the competitors, the crew members, the people that care about this great stadium and showed us today and every week here at Bowman Gray Stadium. This is a beautiful place.
Yeah, not only that, and for all those that have had contributions into this facility and the 75th anniversary, it's 2023. Bowman Gray Stadium has been here, the longest running NASCAR track.
Weekly racing track, yep.
Yeah.
Well, you're looking at your champion right there, but it's been a season of madness at the Madhouse. We've had wrecks. We've had really big wrecks. We've had fire. We've had drama. We've had steam. We've had moments. Bowman Gray Stadium is unlike any short track in America. The good, the bad, the ugly. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's the Madhouse. And until next time, we'll see you at the races.